Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Alexi Otts here. It's Sunday morning. We're doing Sunday special report, Raptor Freak NBA Fantasy Draft 2025 for our channel. 16 teams will be drafting today on the show, and we're doing a Yahoo Fantasy Draft in 9:45. And we've got our order of the draft all set up. It looks like it's going to be HC cutting in 2. NBA is going to be the first draft picker today. They're going to be picking number 1. That's right. Duppy Conquerors, Omari Parsons will be drafted number 2. Nins holding it down for us in Philly. Philadelphia Huskies, our Discord admin, will be picking 3rd. James, Raptor Freak James, is going to be picking 4th. We got Jason Dukes at number 5 in the draft order. We got Logical Raptors Fanatic is going to be picking 6th. Kareem Thomas is going to be 7th in the draft today. Amit Gaming, Amit the greatest, Amit the trivia champion is going to be drafted number 8. Looks like Bryce Lawson is number 9. Andrew in the Toronto Shamshays will be drafted number 10. Cool Cat, you're number 11. Gerald, you're number 12. Trucker Kaz, you're going to be number 13. I'm going to be number 14. MJ Fiercey is going to pick 14th. I'm 13th, actually. No, I'm 14th. She's 15th. And then MK, our 2-time WNBA champion, is going to be on the turn, getting a draft 2 picks in a row, 16 and 17. Yeah, you got 8. Pick 8 is great. All right, Ahmed, I like to hear that. All right, let me check in with y'all's comments real quick. We can try and do some stuff. The room is open, so you can go ahead and come on in and get your bearings, figure out what all the doohickeys and bells and whistles. Right now, it looks like the expert rank is Nikola Jokic as the number 1 pick in the draft. We'll have to see if that's the way it goes with our guy HC. If he's going to take Nikola, he has the choice of any player in the league. Remember, guys, there's only one rule in the Raptor Freak draft. You can only draft one Raptor the whole entire draft. So if you pick a Raptor, don't go get another one. In fact, I should get my piece of paper ready to keep track of this. Let me do that. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a nice Sunday morning. I appreciate people coming in for this draft. I know, this is when we do it on a Sunday. Usually it's good because people don't have to work. And we're doing the show anyway, so we might as well do it on the show. And, well, I appreciate people getting up on the Sunday morning. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. And you're going to get a great team put together. So let me write these in real quick. We're going to put HC, Omari. I should have probably done this before I went on the air. What are you doing, Lex? Nins. I'll write them down. And when you guys take Raptors, I can write it in so that I know who's got Raptors on their team already and who don't. Because this is an important rule. It is an important rule. There's 16 teams in this league. And, there's going to be 18 players on the Raptors, 18 players, 15 with 3 two-ways. So, we want everybody to have a chance to have some Raptor representation on their team if they want to have it. So, yeah, this is an international fantasy league. We do have teams that emanate out of the United States, but most of the teams are here in Canada. We do have a team in Israel also. So we are very, very international. Yeah, and if you guys know the divisions, I've went over them before. I can go over them again for you guys if you are interested in knowing the divisions and how they're broken down geographically. That's purely the way that I decided who was going to be in which division is basically where y'all live. And then, people who live the east of Toronto, people who live the west of Toronto, people who live the north of Toronto, and the people who live the south of Toronto and in the downtown area. So downtown and United States is the southern division. People that live in North York and north of the city, like me, are in the north division. People that live out west in Mississauga, Brampton, and out towards Vancouver are basically in the 905 division. And then everybody who's east, basically Ottawa and Eastern Ontario, that direction is in the Jurassic Park East division. So I just want to go over my methodology for you guys on why you are in which division you're in. It is purely from geographic Geography. Geographicy. What the hell is that, Lex? What are you saying? Geographicy. Trevor J, good morning to you. Commissioner Fun. Trevor J, I love you, man. Waking up is a blessing we do not take for granted. Thank you, God, for another chance to laugh, love, and grow. I love that. I love that, Trevor. I love that. Yeah. I think this is something I've been doing more and more every day, is just waking up with an attitude of gratitude immediately. That in some ways I'm still here in this world right now. It's a way being alive and just having air and breathing and stuff like that. It's so important. Yeah, so important. Okay, cool. Meredith just texted me. Our two-time WNBA champion will be in the house for the draft. He's thanking me for reminding him. He had forgotten. See, and sent some draft notices to everybody, including Mike. We'll see if Logical Raptors Fanatic gets up and makes the draft today. I hope he does. That's right. So Kaz is here. Good morning, everyone. Let's go. I'm pumped for the draft this morning. That's right. It's fun. I know Kaz winning the WNBA Fantasy League. In some ways, he is very hungry to continue to play fantasy. It was a lot of fun this WNBA this summer, and he did a masterful job of winning that title this summer. And in some ways, he wants to try and get one in the NBA. You know, I have been talking about the Triple Crown of Raptors Raptors Freak World. And it could be, you know, can you be a fantasy champion in the WNBA, a fantasy champion in the NBA, and a Raptor Freak trivia champion? I don't know. Some of y'all have some of those crowns already. And it would be very interesting to see which Raptor Freak would be able to get the Triple Crown, so to speak. Yeah, I don't count the dunks in this because in some ways the dunk competition is not fair because Kareem Thomas is just like that. He's like Vince Carter. And you can't beat him in a dunk competition. It's tough. So I can't include the dunk aspect of this channel as one of the Triple Crowns because it's just so hard to beat Kareem and being funny. It's just not possible. I'm sorry. James is saying, Lex, for the categories, no three-point shooting or field goal percentage. Yes. And I'll kind of explain from my comment answering him. I found that the percentage stat taking is, I don't like it. I like totals and not averages. And I really like raw numbers. And I found this summer when we did the WNBA fantasy, having points, rebounds, blocks, steals, turnovers with a minus, fouls even with a minus, and even we put minutes on there just to show some guys will get out there and they may not stat collect the lock, but they're out there for good defensive purposes. So if you're just collecting minutes, you're getting some points out there just to add to your total. And percentages are so weird because like you could have a weird week, and people have gamed this in the past in fantasy. You may not play very many players that play a lot, but they get really high percentage shooting. And in some ways, I just don't like that. I'd rather go for volume. I'd rather go for scoring. And in the scoring system of scoring point total for that week against your opponent, and then it wipes for the next week is also something I like instead of rotisserie. So there's a lot of thought that went into the scoring system this year, and it was not right last year. I admit that. So I was very, very careful about how I designed the idea for how we should do the scoring this year. Now, one of the weird things this year is we are taking minuses for technicals, guys. So if a player has a lot of technicals or they get a lot of technicals, it could be a detriment to them, Draymond Green. So just so y'all know, technicals are another category that you get a minus for if your player gets technicals. So it's going to be interesting. That's kind of my weird new category that I'm experimenting with this year. So we'll have to see how that works. That's right. I hope you guys will like the scoring system. As I said, I feel like the WNBA scoring system went pretty well this year. And in some ways, I tried to mimic some of the stuff that was working really well with our WNBA fantasy this summer. So, James, I hope you'll enjoy it. I'm sorry there's no three-point shooting. I found that it's redundant if we're going to get 3 points for that. And plus, also, I'm kind of saying, you know what, the three-point shooting NBA, I don't want to overimportance the three-point shot. And if you add any kind of other category other than points on top of it, you're heavily weighting three-point shooting. And in some ways, some leagues like doing that, and they'll do it. But I don't want to do that because I say you can get the 3 points for shooting a three added to your score on all your players anyway, and they'll just get the point. They'll just get the point. It's a 2-pointer in the paint. It's a 3-pointer behind the 3-point line, and you get 1 more point for being behind the 3-point line. But nothing with percentage. I even thought about doing free throws attempted, but that's such a weird convoluted stat because some of it has to do with refs. and them being nice to people and not wanting to be nice to people. So we've got about 15 minutes till our draft will start at 9:45, and it looks like we've got a good bunch of the guys already in, people that are going to be drafted in the draft room with us already. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. This is going to go very fast. So be on your toes and draft as you can. I'm going to be having to do a lot. I'm going to be running the stream. I'm going to be talking to you guys, trying to do the show and draft my own team at the same time. This is a little bit of a octopus juggling balls kind of thing for me this morning. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's already hard enough to run the show and talk and do everything to do the show, but to do this and draft a fantasy team, well, Lex is due for some errors, possibly. Hopefully I can get it all right. There we go. I see Nins is here. I see that Andrew has joined. Welcome back, Andrew. Toronto Shamshays. Good to see you, man. It's been a bit this summer. Let's see. Trevor's saying one more day until Raptors basketball. Let's go. That's right. Denver Nuggets tomorrow night in Vancouver. The Raptors landed in Vancouver yesterday. And this event that they did at this Chinese barbecue was amazing. Chinatown Barbecue in Vancouver had a lineup down the street on the sidewalk because of this crossover. They do Chinatown Barbecue. BBQ. That's pretty good cross-promoting, Raptors. And boy, is that store going to get so much traffic and business. And I hope they get to keep all that Raptor stuff up. Maybe not. You got to pay to license it. But they're going to be busy. Because that lineup was crazy. And they had a limited edition shirt they were giving people. And that food looked good. That Chinatown barbecue place looks good. Makes me want to, if I lived in Vancouver, I'd be going down there for sure. I would be, yeah. If you're in Vancouver, go check out Chinatown Barbecue. Get a limited edition Canada Series Raptors shirt and get some good food while you're at it too. Seriously, come down and support Chinatown Barbecue. That's right. There you go. Boom goes the dynamite. Yeah, draft order is up. The main draft room is open. If you are in the draft, come on in. So I can see you in there. I see James. I see Jason. I see Nins. I see Omari. Omari thanked me for calling him. He said he's going to be here for sure. He's got the second pick. We'll have to see how he does with what he does in the second pick after HC. So James is asking, the categories are points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, turnovers, fouls, technicals, and minutes played. Yeah, 9 categories. I like to have an odd amount of categories because I don't know why. I either do 7 or 9. I could have not done technicals and minutes, maybe just done a basic 7, but I felt like let's flesh it out. Let's get 7 categories out there that we can capture. And of course, points are equal 1 point, but assists and rebounds are 1.5 points. And blocks and steals are 2 points each. So there's a weight to different categories of things that people are getting and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you, Isaac, for being here with the starting 5 of Lex. I appreciate you. Ahmed's saying pick 8. That's great. So Ahmed is very happy with picking number 8. I think he likes that because of Kobe. I think he likes that because of Kobe. Kobe. That's why Ahmed's so happy about picking at 8. This man is a Kobe super fan. And this funny too. Have y'all noticed? Well, if y'all watch Survivor, there's a Kobe theme going on. Josh Lewinberg pointing this out on his Blue Skies the other day, saying if there's a theme to Survivor season this year, it's people shooting things into baskets and saying Kobe. They're doing that seriously. 2 different contestants on Survivor in just 2 episodes this season so far have both yelled Kobe while shooting a coconut into a hoop. The one kid, Riz, he went Kobe, and he shot. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's funny, man. It's funny. Now, when we do this around our team, it's Jacoby. That's right. It's Jacoby. That's right. I'm gonna say make a $1,000 to Raptors fee. What? Make $1,000 to Raptors fee? No, you can't pay $1,000. This is the thing. In the world, yeah, maybe money can buy anything in most of the world, but not in the Raptor Freaks world. No. We ain't living this kind of life where money can buy anything. You can't pay $40,000 to become a gold card American on this channel. No, Amit. There's none of this, bro. In this channel, obviously, with my subscriptions and the way I don't give a shit about anything, this doesn't matter in my life. So you couldn't pay me for a second Raptor slot. I'm sorry, man. It's just how it is. James is saying, I give everybody a chance to pick a Raptor. I like this rule. Yeah, it's one we've done every single season, and it works pretty well. Now, understand, during the season, this rule is in effect. You cannot have more than 1 Raptor on your roster. So don't try and pick one up later in the season if you already have one on there. And if you do have one that gets hurt, God forbid any Raptors get hurt this year, you have to drop the one to get another one. You have to put the one on your injury reserve and you just hold them. If you don't have them playing, you can't get an extra one as an injury replacement, because it doesn't mean that there's more out there, right? It could, but in some ways, hey, there's only, like I said, 18 players on the Raptors in a season, and Garrett Temple's one of them. So we got to all figure out who you want. If you really want Scotty, you better go get him. That's what I'm saying. If you really want Scotty, you better go get him. That's right. Amit's saying one person will get a two-way player. That's right. I don't think anybody would be upset to have Shamshay on their team. The Shamshay could be a very reliable two-way player this year. He could be all right this year. We'll have to see what he does. Getting news from Raptors Reddit, of all places, before the reporters, that the injury that Shamshay is dealing with is a hand injury, and it's not that serious, and that the Raptors expect him to play in the preseason before the regular season starts. So the Shamshay absence in training camp in Calgary, don't overreact or get worried or scared, because apparently he's going to be healed up and he'll be able to participate in preseason. He may even be able to play tomorrow night. We don't even know yet. We don't know yet. That's right. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Gerald's here. Oh, Gerald's YouTube. That's like Janice. I was like, what? It's me, Nako. Okay, you're Gerald's YouTube. All right, cool. Gerald's YouTube, y'all. I want to see more shorts from Gerald's YouTube. Maybe some little sections of stand-up comedy routines that Gerald's done. I don't know. I don't know what kind of content I'm demanding from Gerald's YouTube. 8 minutes to go till the draft starts. That's right. Who are you going to pick, HC? I see that HC's not even here yet. There's a couple teams that are MIA, and the number one pick and logical Raptors fanatic are looking like two of them. Let's see if we can see if anybody else is not here in the house right now. Kareem is not up. I should probably call Kareem, right? I should call Kareem. I do it. I even have Kareem's number. I'm trying to think. I need to check. I should probably check and see if I've got his number and let him know. Just message him or something. No, I don't have Kareem's number. I don't think. I don't have it in the phone, at least. Well, hopefully he'll wake up and he'll figure it out. Bryce isn't here. Cool Cat's not up yet, it looks like, but everybody else pretty much. MJ, she's also, but she knows she's gonna be here. I know she'll be here. That's right. Let's see. Amit's saying, I don't remember. Am I allowed to sign another Raptor after the draft? No. You got that one Raptor for the whole entire year, and that's it. And if we add a new team player, or say that the Raptors trade to get someone, like this happened the first year we played. I had Jakob Poeltl and Scotty Barnes on my team, and Jakob was still a Spur. And we traded and got Jakob back on the team. And because I wasn't allowed to have two Raptors on my team, I had to trade Jakob Poeltl to Tom Duke for Clint Capella. And I took on Clint Capella, and he got a Raptor because he was one of the teams that did not have a Raptor at that time, and he could take Jakob Poeltl on. But I had Poeltl on the team with Scotty at the beginning of the year, but then Poeltl got traded back to us. And that was a good example of, Poeltl and Scotty are both on my team. I can't have two Raptors. I was forced to trade Poeltl. And that was myself that had to do that year. So that's how it works. That's how it works. Ninja's here. Yo, I got number 3. Let's go. Yeah, you got number 3, my guy. That's a random generated order by Yahoo. There's no influence on it other than Yahoo just there at the spot you're going to be in. If you can't hear, Cool Cat is here. Good to see Cool Cat is in here, and so is MJ. I see that Fiercey is also in the chat at this point. Looks like we have very good attendance for our draft already, which is fantastic. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 teams, and Kaz is here. I know Kaz is here. So there's really only 4 teams that are missing right now out of the 16, and that's fantastic. That's pretty good attendance already. We're getting close. 5 minutes in to go. That's right. Andrew, good to see you in the chat, man. Andrew, if I don't have you in Facebook and Discord and somewhere, I got confused because I didn't know who you were, and some of them, I will re-add you if you want to get back into those places. I kind of did a purge on our social media of inactive people, and I hadn't heard from you all summer. So I was like, man, I don't even know if Andrew's around anymore. But Andrew, if you want to be back in those places, you obviously have your right to be in there. It's just I went through and kind of got rid of inactive members for a little bit there. But you're definitely welcome back for sure. Amit's saying Luka might be a risky pick then. I don't know. I want to see what you do, Amit. I want to see Amit's logic and what he's going to think about and what he's going to do. That's right. With the draft picks. Kaz saying, I'm used to playing 9-category league, but I'm down to try head-to-head points this season. Yeah, rotisserie is different, man. It's a marathon. And I don't like it for the fact that, people will lose track of their team because it's so long and they don't really get into it. If you do weekly matchups, people are more likely to stay active throughout the whole entire season, trying to keep up with their team. And I found that if you do the long haul marathon rotisserie, people fall off. And then at a certain point, there's certain teams that are at the top of the league that are competing, and everybody else isn't doing jack shit with the league. So I like the head to head, wipe the slate clean every week because people are more likely to stay involved in their teams and keeping them up all season. That's the big reason why. That's what I learned right there. MK saying, Lex, did you consider my rule change? Only draft one Raptors player, but you can pick up Raptors players from the waiver wire even if you have one already. I actually kind of just talked about this. The reason why I won't do it is because we got 16 teams. And if you really think about it, if we have 18 Raptors, a couple of those Raptors are going to be not playing and they're not viable for fantasy teams. And even if we add guys later, like through extra people or whatever, and they come about, there's really only going to be a pool of viable possibilities for Raptors for about 20 for the whole entire year. And so it's like, I don't want to do that. It really is like there's 18 roster spots, there's 16 teams in this league. And there's going to be at least 2 Raptors that are not going to be worth having on roster. So there may be even 4 Raptors or something that aren't worth having on a fantasy team. And that means that there's going to be teams that don't have Raptors on them. And, there won't be enough. All right, there's under 3 minutes and they've switched the board. It's switching over. I guess there's some sort of little presentation or something. I don't want no volume. So don't be doing nothing. Oh, it's some guy talking. It's Dan Titus. Dan Titus. That sounds like a ailment, like OGitis. Dan Titus. Love hurts. So love, and that's the Dan Titus. You got that love, Dan Titus. I'm sorry. I shouldn't make fun of this man's name, but it's cool. His name's Dan Titus. It sounds crazy to me for some reason. Yeah, Cool Cat is here. Good morning, Rapid Free Crew. Just logging in now. This is going to be fun. I know we have fun when we do our drafts. They're lively, and so, it's not the best draft. I know people that aren't participating in the draft are like, why would we want to watch a live fantasy draft on your show? Well, it's a tradition. We've been doing it twice a year for a couple years now. You get the WNBA draft earlier in the year, and then you get the NBA draft before the NBA. So that's why it's all about, baby. That's right. Let's go. Mike, you better get up. Logical Raptors fanatic. Get up, buddy. Get up, my guy. Yeah, let's see. Dial your butt, then you can get Kareem. I think that's how I could do it, maybe. Do I have him in my phone under butt dial? I'm looking for Kareem in my my phone, but I think I might have him under one of his weird names like full ass or butt dial. I don't know. I thought I had Kareem's number in here, but I don't think I do. I don't think I do right now, which is too bad. Well, hopefully he'll wake up and something. I don't know. Somebody get Kareem. Somebody get Kareem. We're under a minute and a half. The draft is going to start no matter what. It's a runaway train. It's going to go. Amit saying, do you remember what pick Scotty was last year? I'm going to say this right now, Amit. Scotty Barnes usually goes in the first round. And, you figure it out from where you are in the 8th pick. You figure it out how you want to do it because he's a popular player. And people are going to want to get Scotty Barnes. Trust me. Watch. They will. They will be trying to get Scotty Barnes. Somebody will. Okay, you guys, you can close that window with the Dan Titus guy. If it's still sitting there in the purple screen, close it because you won't be able to see the draft with that thing on there. Yeah, okay, you got the answer to your question. Cool. Meredith, so awesome to have you in the chat. Great fantasy player. These are some really good players in our league. Jason Dukes, Kaz, Meredith. They're proven fantasy winners that really know how to play some fantasy. So you guys got to be on your game if you're going to come and try and beat Meredith or Jason Dukes or Trucker Kaz. That's right. Fiercey's here. Good morning, fam. Happy Sunday. Yahoo sucks. Put me in super far in the draft. This is actually could be an advantage, MJ. You got to look at it as possibly advantage. Oh, there's the signal. We're about to start. So, you're going to get a draft 2 pretty high-end players quickly, and it's going to flip. So you're going to go pretty fast after that. So be ready. All right, we're in it to win it. Let's go. The Yahoo Fantasy Draft for Raptor Freak channel has started, and HC is on the clock. He is not here. Amit is here. I see Amit, and we'll have to see. He's picked already, and it's Nicola. Nicola is the first pick in the draft, obviously, for our guy. HC, who's in absence. He said he really did want to play this year. He got second last year, I believe. He got second or third last year. He's gotten done pretty well. Omari's going to take Victor Wembanyama in the second pick of the draft. Look at that. There you go, Wemby. And SGA is going to Philadelphia to play for Nins and the Philadelphia Huskies. There you go. There you go. It's a great pick. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's see who's going to be next off the board. Let's see. I got to keep putting somebody who I would draft next on there just when I come up. So it's James on the board. He's got a free range. There's quite a bit of good players out there with the top 3 players going, Nikola, Victor, and SGA in the draft. And the 4th pick by James. He's got 30 seconds. And yeah, it's going to go quick. I couldn't adjust the time for how long you have the draft. So really try and get a little bit of thinking before your number comes up, because it's going to go fast. And you might want to have a couple people in your queue just to have a automatic draft, just in case your draft pick comes up and you're disconnected or something. So it looks like he took Luka. So Luka's going to go to James's team, the load managers, and that's apropos. Luka Doncic going to the load managers. I'm sorry. Yeah, Giannis is falling. Amit's like, wow, Giannis is falling. That's right. I see that too. Jason Dukes, the original Raptor Freak NBA fantasy champion, the very first one, is drafting right now. We'll have to see what he's. I know he's very serious drafter. He did look over the team. All right, he took Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves at the 5th pick in the draft today. So he likes his guy, Anthony. It's now Logical Raptors fanatic on the clock, and he's gone very quickly and taken Giannis. I guess that was from pre-draft because I don't think he's here. Kareem did make it. I see Darko's face is filled in, so it's a complete crap is not crapping out and not making the draft. He is here, and he's got some choices to make right here because there's quite a few choices that are interesting at this point. Let's see if anybody reaches for a Raptor yet. We got that coming up soon, and then we're going to have Amit right after that with the 8th pick. The 7th pick is Kyle Lowry. Kareem Thomas. That's right. I was driving on a Highway 7 the other day, and I was like, man, I'm thinking of Kyle Lowry because I'm driving on Highway 7. It's just weird how I work like that. Like if I'm driving on highways around Ontario, I'm always thinking, what's the Raptor number for it? Look, Kareem went and took Scotty. So Scotty is off the board, guys. Scotty Barnes is a full, complete crap. Oh, wait, did I say that? That's not right. He's a full ass. Yeah, why did I say that too? Amit's going to take Kate Cunningham, the best friend of Scotty Barnes. And Anthony Davis is going to Bryce's team. Anthony Davis of the Dallas Mavericks is going to Bryce Lawson's team, heading out of Kentucky, the Boats and Logs. Yeah, that man's got some long limbs. He's got some logs there, all right. Andrew's going to go ahead and get Cat of New York Knicks. Look at that. Toronto Shamshade getting a center right off the bat with Karl Anthony Towns. Right there. Cool Cat is on the clock. We've got great attendance. It looks like everybody except for 2 teams is here. And this is fantastic. I love a draft when there's actually people are here and reacting to the drafts and we see interesting picks get picked. Now there's going to be 15 draft picks for each team. So this is a fleshing out of a whole entire long team. And remember, you got to think about your position eligibilities and fleshing out so that you have a certain amount of point guards, a certain amount of centers, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, looks like she took Siakam. I'm very happy that Cool Cat took Siakam with their first pick. That makes sense. Jalen Brunson is going to Gerald's team. Amit's very happy to get Cade. He would have taken Scotty, but Cade was his second choice. Interesting. Trucker Kaz is on the clock, and then old Lex is on the clock. Yeah, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm getting a little worried. We'll have to see what Kaz does, and then I'm going to have to go pretty quick. And in some ways, y'all may be wanting to like, we may need to be like letting Lex think for a second and not talk so much for a second there. Because it's like I got to think because I'm going to be drafting in a second. So, all right, who do I want? I'm going to think at that position. I think I'm going to look at that position. Who do you like better, Lex? All right, the choice is in, and Kaz is taking Trae Young. Man, this is tough. I got it between 2 players right now. And really one of them's man, which one? All right, I'm going to go with this guy cuz he's an uprising star and he has done some amazing things this summer. We're going to go get Alperen Sengun. I got Sengun, guys. That's right. Alperin. Yes, good job getting them up. Oh, there goes RJ. RJ off the board to MJ right away. RJ Barrett is off the board, guys. So she's taking her Raptor on her first round pick. I love seeing RJ go in the first round. That's how you know it's a Raptor freak draft. RJ Barrett gets drafted before LeBron James. That's right. That's right. MK is going to take Sabonis with his first pick. He's got he's got his center position filled in, just like me. You get a premium center like Sengun. That was the other guy I was thinking about. Well, do I want do I want Sabonis or do I want Alperin? And I went with the younger guy, I guess, with a little bit more scoring. But a lot of rebounds from Sabonis, that's for sure. Paulo Banchero is going to be the next pick for MK on the turn. And now MJ's right back on it. See, this is why it's good, MJ, because you get to pick right away. And look, you still got a lot of good names at the top there to pick from for this. So you could go get Mr. LeBron James if you wanted to, or Steph Curry, James Harden. There's a lot of choices right there. I need to be thinking about this too because I'm picking next. Yeah. All right. She went ahead and took Jalen Duren. So she wanted to go get a center. She wanted to make sure that center spot is locked down. You know what? Wow. Let me see, Lex. What are you thinking here? You know what? I'm doing this for sentimentality. This man may actually be hurt this year, but I'm going to go get Steph Curry. I got Steph Curry this year, y'all. Woo! Let's go, Steph Curry. Hit some threes and play with your brother and be happy and stuff like that. That's what I want. A Steph Curry on my team. Young Steph. That's right. There you go. There we go. I'm going to read all y'all's comments on the YouTube stream after the game, after the draft, because it's too much to look at. I'll be reading comments in the fantasy draft, though, if you guys want to write in there like Amit's been doing already. Trucker Kaz is on his second pick of the draft. We'll have to see where he builds from on this one, starting with his first pick being he was picking Trae Young. So he's got a point guard to start. Let's see what position he tries to fill next. Yeah, I'm happy. I got Steph Curry and Sengun. I like that. That's not bad for me. Sconnen got Devin Booker. All right, the Raptors' best friend. Jaylen Brown is going to go to Gerald's team. So Gerald's going to take the Celtic, who's probably going to – that's actually a pretty smart pick with Jason Tatum being out. Pretty smart pick right there. So, yeah, get your next pick lined up in your queue, so that when it comes, you know who to get. Cool Cat is on the clock. She went and got Siakam. Of course, he does not count as a Raptor. So she gets to still pick a Raptor. Lauri Markkanen is her next pick. I know she likes Lauri Markkanen. This just confirms it. She's talked about Lauri Markkanen on the channel before and how much she probably liked Lauri Markkanen on the Raptors. So the Finn is Cool Cat Baller. That's right. She's picked Lauri. Evan Mobley going to go to Andrews Shamshays. So he's been focusing a bit on the bigger players in his first two picks there. Shamshays. There's James Harden going to Bryce's team in the 24th pick of the draft. Amit wanted Mobley. He was trying to build a Mobley and Cade Cunningham nucleus from Scotty's draft class. So Amit's on the clock now. He can't get Mobley because he's gone all of a sudden. That's the way the draft works, right? Sometimes people are going to get who you want just before you get to them. And it's LeBron's still on the board, guys. I mean, you could do this, Amit. You could just go get the great LeBron James right this second right now. He's just sitting there. He's just dropping in this draft. We'll just have to see where the great LeBron goes right now. Yeah, interesting. I want to see what Amit does. He's getting into 15 seconds to go here. We'll just have to see what he does with his pick. He's gone in Amen Thompson. Yeah, I know he's a big on the Thompson twins. Hold me now. That's right. Kevin Durant is on Kareem's team. He went ahead and got old easy money sniper to his team. Tyrese Maxey is going to be on Mike's team, Logical Raptors Fanatic. I hope he's happy with that pick. I believe he's on auto draft right now. We'll have to see who's next. On the Chet Holmgren is going to be going to Jason Duke's team. So the champion Chet Holmgren is on that team. Hard decisions between KD and Amen. Yeah, I think that Amen may be a safer decision with Kevin Durant's injury history and what has happened to him in the recent years. So we'll just have to see. Let's see how these experts are ranking right now. Ooh, that guy's pretty good. I might get him. Maybe I'll get this guy. I don't know. Let's see. I can see Amon getting more rebounds and assists, so I picked him. Yeah, he's going to be all around better. I think that Durant may be hurt a certain amount of the year. I've had Durant on my team in the last couple of years. He's annoying because he's not dependable to show up, and if he does play, you're not getting the baseline of stats you used to get from him when he was younger in this league. He's just flaky, and some nights he will come out and get single digit scoring. Let's see. Load managers. That's James getting Jalen Williams on that one right there. Yeah, Jalen Williams is going to the load managers, another Oklahoma City champion. So yeah, we're gonna have to see. It's gonna come around, and man, I'm on the other end of the the swing right now. We're coming back on the front of the draft, and HC will take his second and third pick on the turn, and we've got Nins on the clock right now. Philadelphia Huskies. Who's he going to pick this time? Let's see what happens here. Bam Adebayo is a bad pick, in my opinion. He doesn't do very well in the stat categories. Interesting. He does all right in blocks and rebounds. But maybe, shooting percentage doesn't matter in this league. So, in some ways, that is something you could game here. If you have a really bad volume shooter, but they shoot a lot and score a lot, that won't matter in this league. You won't get burned for it because there's no penalty for missing shots, guys. So there's Ivaka Subak is Nin's second pick. And now Omari's on the clock for his second pick in the next draft. I hope Omari's doing very, very well. Always got love for Omari Parsons. Y'all, if you need a realtor in the west side of Toronto, Omari's your guy. Look him up. He's gone and got IQ. So IQ is off the board. Amit, I'm going to ask you maybe to limit the comments just a little bit just so I can go ahead and see the draft picks when they come through. Donovan Mitchell's off the board to HC on his first pick. You're good. Good to hear that, Omari. Good to hear that you're doing great. And I hope things are just on the upswing all kinds of ways. Let's see. Jalen Johnson is the other pick for him. So he's picking on auto, I think. So he got Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Johnson. All right, we're in the third round of 15 rounds, and it's Omari Parsons on the clock once again for his third pick. Look at that. Cooper Flagg. Wow. He went ahead and took the number one pick in the draft. Cooper Flagg, number 34 in the draft order in this Raptor Freak draft. And Nins is back on the clock. Wow. Amazing. Cooper Flagg got drafted before LeBron James, y'all. This is crazy. Y'all are avoiding LeBron right now. I can tell. Everybody's like, I don't want LeBron. I don't want LeBron. Y'all, if y'all leave LeBron to where I'm at, I'm taking him, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, I will take LeBron James. If he's still sitting on I'm going to make that dream come true. Steph Curry and LeBron James on my team, if somebody doesn't take them before then. I mean, this is disrespectful. That LeBron James is falling past Cooper Flagg, RJ Barrett, and Emmanuel Quickley. It must be a Raptors draft. It must be a Raptors draft. That's right. Dyson Daniels is going to go to Philadelphia to the Huskies. Dyson Daniels, the defensive dynamo. Lots of D's in that one. So Nins is taking Dyson to get steals. That's for sure. He's going to get some steals from him. That's right. And remember, the stat categories are not what you win in this league. You accumulate point totals, and they all go in the same pot of your score. So your overall total score is what wins you in this league. So you can't really game categories. Last year, there was categories, 7 categories. You had to win 4 out of the 7. That's not like that this year. You're getting the stats all accumulated into the system, and that's how you find out how much your point total is. So, yeah, I think it's going to work really well, guys. I'm excited about the scoring system this year. So, yeah, James is on the clock. He's got less than 10 seconds. Let's see what he does here. This has been a fun draft so far. I'm not totally happy with my draft so far, though. Franz Wagner is the pick from Germany, number 36 in our draft, going to the load managers. Jason Dukes back on the clock. His third pick in the fifth, 37th overall pick in the draft. Will this be LeBron James? If we get somewhere where LeBron doesn't get picked at all, that'd be crazy. There it is. Jason did take LeBron. I was about to say, somebody's got to take LeBron at some point. So LeBron goes 37th in our draft this year. Logical Raptors fanatic is going to auto pick LaMelo Ball, and that's his own damn fault. That's his own damn fault for not being here. It is. Hey, LaMelo actually could get some good stats. We'll have to see. He's such a goofy player, man. So goofy. All right, Kareem Thomas, it's a complete crap. Don't crap on your pick. You do have some choices here, my guy. Very interesting part. Zion Williamson. So he's a redemption tour He thinks that Zion is going to be on a redemption tour this year. So I'm be very interested to see if that pick for Kareem Thomas pays off, picking Zion. You know, he does look a lot thinner in the league this year. He does coming in. Okay, here we go. Ahmed is going to go against his own advice and take Bam out of bio. Was this some sort of Jedi mind trick, Ahmed? You're saying, oh, Bam's not a good fantasy player to take. And then he goes and takes him. You didn't want nobody to take him because he wanted him. He was trying to say, no, he's not that good. Josh Giddey is on Bryce's boats and logs now. Josh Giddey returning to Chicago after some confusion this summer about what the hell is happening with him. But he is still a Chicago Bull. That's right. De'Aaron Fox off the board to Andrews Shumshays. De'Aaron Fox is a player that's kind of in a weird place in San Antonio. It's weird, man. He didn't feel like he fit in Sacramento, and now they got all these young guys like Harper and Castle. And in some ways, Fox may be the odd man out again in San Antonio. We'll have to see. But he is a very productive steals guy and other things that he does. Cool Cat is going to take Brandon Ingram. She's going to go ahead and take her Raptor now. So Cool Cat is getting BI. The notorious BI3 is on Cool Cat's team. So we've got 4 Raptors off the board. 4 of the starters are off the board. Joel Embiid, what are you doing, Gerald? Is that a joke? Is that a joke draft? Joel Embiid is going to be on Gerald's team. And I'm laughing at you now, Gerald. And it's not because you're a comedian on stage. I'm laughing at you because you just drafted Joel Embiid, number 44. We don't even know if that man's going to play this year. Come on now. Come on now. You're going to go get Joel Embiid. Come on now. Come on now. Trucker Kaz is on the clock. And what's he thinking here? What is he thinking? What is this man going to do right here? We'll have to see what he decides. There's some interesting choices around this point in the draft. I sometimes look at an average draft position. It's a good place to kind of gauge where people have been going. Oh, he's going to go get Porzingis. He wanted to get a center right now, so we went and got Porzingis. I'm going to go ahead and go Canada, even though I diss this guy on my channel sometimes. The kid from Kitchener, Blue Arrow, is coming to my team because in some ways, like I said earlier, even though three-pointers don't matter, he's still going to get a lot of points and collect a lot of stats. So we're going to go ahead and get Jamal Murray of Canada at number 46 to the Raptor Freak All-Stars. So I got Jamal and I got Steph in that backcourt, both point guard eligible. Miles Turner is going to be rocking it with Fiercey on the Rock Wilders. Then she's going to pick up her center with Miles Turner there, right there. Boom goes the dynamite. Good stuff. All right, we're coming on the turn here again at the end turn. And MK Meredith's going to get the 2 picks in a row. We'll have to see what he's thinking at this point in this draft. Man, I love the active participation. I love the discernment, the decision making with active people and not the auto draft. It's fantastic to see what you guys are, the thought process and how you guys are building your teams. You know, I'm speaking out loud about how I'm thinking about it. In some ways, that's a detriment. Lex, what are you doing that, man? You're like broadcasting your war room, like live on the live stream. They can hear all of your strategy. Oh, well, that's just how it is. Derek White is going to MK's team first. Yeah, and Kareem has left the draft. Oh, no. He'll be coming back, I'm sure. So, yeah, Derek White, point guard for the Boston Celtics. He is going to go ahead and go 48th to 2-time WNBA fantasy champion Meredith. And once again, guys, we're going to go to a WNBA game, or not WNBA game, a Raptors 905 game in November on a Sunday afternoon against the College Park Skyhawks. If you guys want to come, we'll be there in person. You guys can watch the game with us. Ja Morant is going to be on the magnificent team of MK, and OG Anunoby is going to to Fiercey's team. Fiercey got OG. All right, I got a pick here, man. Do I do this seriously? Do I do this? I think I do. I think I do. All right, let's just see what happens. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. We'll have to see what happens here. In some ways, I'm going a little old here, getting Kawhi and Steph. But in some ways, I'm also like, well, let's just go ahead and see what happens here. Maybe Kawhi don't play all year. I don't know. This may be like a stupid draft that I just did, taking Kawhi Leonard. We'll just have to see. I've had Kawhi on my team in recent years, and he's pissed me off. Yeah, so he might piss me off again this year. It's pretty likely, honestly, that Kawhi Leonard is not going to be – we'll see. They're projecting he's going to play 55 games on here. I hope so. Well, I hope he does, but we'll see. I don't know. Why did you pick Kawhi, Lex? I have aspirations that he's going to do well. Anyway, Cool Cat. Norman Powell is going to Gerald's team, and Cool Cat is taking Trey Murphy the third. Jalen Green is on Kaz's team also. The new Phoenix Sun is on there. Denny Avija is on Toronto Shamshay's, Andrew's team. So, yeah, we're getting some picks going in faster. No, Amit wanted him. You might have to send him some draft trade proposals. Desmond Bain is on the Boats and Logs, the new Orlando Magic player, just getting drafted by Bryce out of Kentucky. Yeah, Amit, you might have to shoot some trade offers to Andrew if you really want to try and get your guy there that's on the Portland Trailblazers. That's right. Desmond Bain, the last pick in the draft, and Amit is on the clock again. He probably was going to take Denny there. He took Jared Allen instead. He took Jared Allen. He couldn't get Evan Mobley, so he got Jared Allen. So there you go. There's a center position locked in for Amit's team right there. Remember, you want to kind of fill in all the spots. The roster makeup is very much singular spots. You got point guard, shooting guard, and then a utility guard as the backup guard, small forward, power forward, starters, and then a backup forward. It really is kind of like the team roster makeup is really mirroring kind of like rotations for the NBA, because you can start a certain amount of players every night, and it's about, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like a 9-man rotation you get every night that you can put in a one utility spot and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what it's supposed to mimic. You got the 5 starting positions. You got a backup guard, a backup forward center, and then a utility position to put any player in as your 4 bench players along with your 5 starters. That's right. Denny's going to hoop this year. Rudy Gobert is going to Kareem's team. Yeah, you glad you got him? I was hoping to get Giddey, though. So who knows? Maybe there's a trade that can be made if Amit really, really wants to get him. Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J, is going to Logical's Lions on his team. Jason Dukes is on the clock at this point. We're at the 60th pick of the draft right now. Moving right through it right now. We're not even halfway. This is going to be a little bit of some work today. We're about half an hour into the draft, and so this is looking like it's going to be about an hour draft. Sometimes these draft goes really fast, but in some ways this one's just moving as its pace is supposed to. Walker Kessler is the pick. I'm just saying, anyone you would like me to draft next so I can make a trade proposal, I need Denny on my team. See, look at that, Andrew. This is just like the NBA. They're talking to draft considerations because he wants to make a deal with you. So if you tell him to draft somebody, he'll do it, and he'll help you get that guy. I don't know if this will work that way, but we'll have to see if Amit can wheel and deal and get this figured out with Shamshays. The Shamshays, that's right. Let's see. Okay, we got James in now. Tampering. I don't know if this is tampering, Ron. I mean, this is the normal stuff that people would do. Like Bobby's probably going to call Sam Presti and say, hey, if you draft this person, we'll do this. I mean, the Vince Carter trade was this, right? Vince Carter was exactly like this. See, Andrew really likes Denny. He's too high on him. He doesn't want to move him. So he's not interested on it. That's just how it goes. There goes Jakob Poeltl. He's going to James's team. So James has got his Raptor for the year is the 5th starter. Jakob Poeltl is going to a team. Beautiful. Love to see that. It's number 61 in the draft. Yeah, man, I need to start thinking about getting my Raptor because honestly, it seems like the starters are gone now. If I want a good Raptor, yikes. Yeah. I don't think Andrew's going to trade with you, man. Amit, sounds like he's pretty set on having that player on his team. All right, let's see. Where is Ron going to go here as far as things? He's got his pick, and then it's Omari, and then it's HC on the turn, and then it's Omari and Ron right in a row again. Right in a row right there. Nins. Yeah, all right. I got to do better than Kawhi. I don't know why Kareem jumps in and out of the chat so much. I don't know why he does that. Join the draft. Left the draft. Join the draft. Brandon Miller is the pick out of Charlotte Hornets. 62nd pick in the Raptor Freak 2025 fantasy draft. That's not a bad pick. And Brandon Miller is a respectable player. I like Brandon. He's pretty good. Man, I don't pick for a while now. It's like this is the weight. The weight. Yeah, all right. I'm going to put a flyer on that guy. Vucevic is off the board going to Amari. And now HC will take 2 picks. And I'm thinking he's on auto, so he's going to just take the top 2. It'll be Jimmy Butler and maybe Josh Hart or Austin Reeves he's going to take right here. So he's got Jimmy Butler And let's see what the auto draft does for him here. Austin Reeves. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty solidly going down the expert rank. If you aren't here and you haven't pre-draft ranked, you will take the expert rank that is available at the top. So he's taking two players, Jimmy Butler and Austin Reeves. I hope that HC likes his team and that he can. Oh, there's my guy DeMar. Just went to Omari. I was like, damn. If DeMar's there when my pick comes up, I'm taking him. But that's too bad. DeMar DeRozan off the board, number 66 in the draft. There you go. Oh, Compton. That's right. I have a feeling DeMar's going to do special things this year, somehow, some way. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. I think Sacramento's overlooked right now, and they may actually mess people up this year better than people think. Seriously, they ain't got nothing to lose. Everybody's counting them out. That's a dangerous team, y'all. I'm going to tell you that right now, especially with Dennis Schroeder paired up with DeMar and DeMontis. That could be deadly. The 3D attack. DeMar, DeMontis, and Dennis. Dennis is that like that. And we've seen how Dennis works with the German national team. Domantas Sabonis is a European player that knows how to play that style. And he's better than anybody on his German national team that's big. Kobe White is off the board to Nins at number 67, former teammate of DeMar DeRozan in Chicago. Kobe White's got a lot of room to grow in the ecosystem of Chicago. And he has been making big, big strides in recent years and getting better and better. That's right. Really, really good player. Kobe White, he's annoying when he plays the Raptors, right? He's very annoying with his balling out and the way he does things. That's right. Oh, man, I need to start looking at who I need to go look at because it seems like y'all ain't going to let me get a good Raptor. Man, I should actually wait. Maybe I won't go try and get a Raptor this year. I'll just kind of pick up where I get one naturally because it seems like, yeah, the 5 starters are gone. Who's the next one? Grady? Is Grady the next one, guys? We'll have to see. Andrew Nebhart is going to be on James's team. Good Canadian content acquisition for James and the load managers. Andrew Nebhart in the finals last year and making big strides in his career. That's right. Jason Dukes is on the clock. I'll have to see what Jason's thinking. No, he wanted Nebhart. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the way it goes. This is how it goes. Zach LaVine is going to go to Duke Rocks. Duke Rocks. That's right. Mike is on auto draft. Let's see where it goes. It's going to draft right after 10 seconds in, and he's taking Miles Bridges. That's your own damn fault, Mike. That's your own damn fault. Not coming to the draft. I sent you a message, too. It's directly to your phone, and you're going to get Miles Bridges. That's your own damn fault. That's just it. That's just how it goes right there. They got Josh Hart listed at power forward. Who are they fooling? Just because the Knicks play small and they put him at power forward don't mean he's a power forward, Yahoo. Seriously, don't mean he's a power forward. He's not a power forward. I'm sorry. Everybody who thinks that Josh Hart is a power forward, you're crazy. You are crazy. If he's on that floor with OG, he's definitely not the power forward. He's definitely not the power forward. OG's more of a power forward than Josh Hart. I don't get these designations sometimes. Like Scotty's got weird designations this year. I think he's shooting guard, small forward, power forward. He's got like 3 spots that you can put him in. So it's interesting, the reasoning for how they give positions to people. DeMar's just a small forward now, but he used to be a shooting guard, right? It's changed. And he was a power forward too last year. And Anthony Simons of the Boston Celtics is going to go to Kareem Thomas's team. Oh, gross. All right, we keep moving. Ahmed is on the clock. If he could get his guy Demi, he would, but he's going to take Josh Hart, the power forward for the Knicks. Hey, I see Paul George is there, guys. Does anybody want Paul George on their team? No, nobody wants Paul George, Lex. Darius Garland's going to go to Bryce's Boats and Logs. Yeah. Kareem says, I hate waiting for people who are not live. Well, the good thing is that the ones that are not live are drafting within the first 10 seconds. If you notice, Logical and HC, when it hits the 50 mark on the timer, they're picking automatically because they're shown to not be here. So you're not waiting very long for the auto draft. And there's only 2 of them. Almost everybody else is here. Out of the 16 teams, almost everybody else is here. Cameron Johnson of the Denver Nuggets is going to Andrew's team. That's an interesting pick, seeing as he's just in a new location. You'd rather have him than Michael Porter Jr. DeAndre Ayton is the center for Cool Cat Ballers. That's an interesting pick. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Matis Bozelis is going to go and play for Gerald's team this year. He's not going to be Team Canada this year, it looks like, because he's not picking all Canadians like he did last year. Team Canada is this year. He's I beat you. So we'll have to see. Trucker Kaz is on the clock, and I'm next. So I better get my act together and start thinking about who I'm going to pick. Oh, there I go. Michael Porter is gone from the board. He's going to get a lot of stats over there in Brooklyn. That's for sure. All right, man, Lex, do this right, man. Don't mess around with this shit. Who do you want, bro? Who is your guy right here? Oh, man. I think I'm going to go and get this guy because, honestly, I think he's going to be special too, just like his brother. I went and got the other Thompson. Sorry, Amit. I got Osor of Detroit, and Dylan Brooks has gone to MJ's team. That's cool. I like the Dylan Brooks pick. All right, let me see if I can figure out. I got to pick again really soon, so I don't want to mess around and get too off base with this. Man, who do I want then? Oh my goodness, it's going to start getting into a weird place. I mean, there's still a lot of starters in the league that are available, or I would go get my Raptor now. But in some ways, I don't want to reach on getting a Raptor bench player when there's still starters for other teams. Meredith's going to go ahead and take Peyton Pritchard. The two Oregon Ducks right in a row. Dylan Brooks and Peyton Pritchard, two former teammates of Chris Boucher on Oregon. Right in a row right there. MK is getting his second pick on the turn. That's the thing. That's the strategy on the turn is you get two picks really quick. So, you got to really look at where the quality of the draft is at that position at that point. And yeah, it's a lot of thought that goes into that part as far as like, all right, what am I missing? He wants Julius Randle. He's got Randle, and MK is taking TJ McConnell. Interesting. All right, so Lex is on the clock. Let's see what Lex is thinking. Man, that would be really kind of interesting. I don't know. He's not a full-time player, though. I hate Jordan Poole. Why would you take Jordan Poole, Lex? You can't take him. There's some scrubby kind of players right here. You know what? Let's just do this, man. We're going to go Canadian again. I'm getting Benedict. That's right. Benedict Mathurin. I'm surprised you didn't take Benedict, MJ. Seriously, I'm surprised you didn't take Benedict. I'll go ahead and get the man off the bench. I know he's in some ways he's poised to have more of a role in the team because of Halliburton being out. So I think that's the logic I'll think on getting Benedict. He's probably going to start this year, right? He'll probably start. There we go. Two centers off the board real quick. Naz Reid going to Cavs, and Alex Sarr of Washington will go to Gerald's team. Center position there. Yeah, filling in my team. So I should get a forward or a center next pick. Lex, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to see how this goes. Dennis Schroeder going to Cool Cat. I'd love to see Dennis go on the 86th pick to coach Cool Cat's Ballers. Very, very cool. I'm going to have to look at everybody's team. Now, one of the segments we do on the show after the draft is I'll review your fantasy teams. I didn't review the WNBA ones because I don't know what I'm talking about. Trevor J did, and he did a fantastic job reviewing the fantasy teams for our WNBA, but I'll do it for the NBA ones. So this year and the next week, you guys come into the chat and say, review my fantasy team. I'll go over your fantasy team with you on the stream. Cam Thomas is a Toronto Shamshay, and Jonathan Kuminga, a lot of controversy with him, is going to go ahead and go to Bryce's team. Cam Thomas is in a contract year. I think he'll go crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there because somebody's got to do stats there, right? Isaiah Hartenstein is going to go to Amit's team, and Derek Lively II is going to Gerald's team. Paul George is auto-drafted to Mike's team. Mike, you just got Paul George. Where in the world is Paul George? He's on the Logical Lions because Mike is on auto-draft. That's right. Jason Dukes is on the clock once again. Let's see what happens here. This is a very, very fun draft so far. Once again, I will review your fantasy teams in the days to come. Not today on the channel at the end of the draft, but maybe tomorrow. One of you guys says, hey, Lex, look at my fantasy team and tell me what you think. I'll do that, okay? Nick Claxton, that's a great pick for center. You know he's going to be productive and getting stats for the Nets with, once again, just like Cam Thomas and Michael Porter. There's certain guys that are going to get stats in New Jersey. Oh, did I say that? I mean Brooklyn. Yeah, you know they will. They will. James is on the clock. The load managers. Let's see who's going to be managing their load with James this year. That's right, man. That sounded dirty as hell, Lex. Who's gonna be man? That's really bad. Really, I mean, that's awful, crazy, crazy. All right, who am I gonna draft next? I gotta find, man. The Raptors are a team that I need to find and draft. Raptor. Everybody, there's only been 5 drafted Raptors so far. The starters have all been drafted and gone to teams already. We'll have to see when somebody says, "Hey, I want Jacoby Walter." Hey, I want Colin Murray Boyles. You know what I'm saying? Okongwu is going to go to Gerald's team. Gerald, you're loading up. Oh no, that's James. James is getting Okongwu. I was about to say somebody's drafted a lot of centers, a lot of centers. But that actually makes sense because there is 2 places to play centers with the center position and the FC, and then the utility spot. You could play 3 centers in your lineup on a night if you wanted to. There's different philosophies. Kel Ware is going to be on Philadelphia Huskies, the second-year player for the Miami Heat. He's probably going to have a bigger role for the Miami Heat because they're in a change and kind of rebuilding on the down low. Shaden Sharp is gone to Duppy Conquerors. There's another Canadian off the board, Amari Parsons, taking the crazy leaping. Shaden Sharp. HC is auto-drafted Jordan Poole, and his second auto-draft pick will be, let's see, it's looking like Tyler Hero. He's going to get a lot of players he didn't think. Yeah, there's Jordan Poole and Tyler Hero both going to HC's team. So now he's got Jimmy Butler. Yeah, he's drafting a lot of shooting guards on the auto draft without even knowing it. If he doesn't, he might get Bradley Beal on the next pass. We'll have to see. All right, Omari, where are you going now? We're in the 6th round of the draft right now. Zachariah Rizache at the 98th pick for Omari at Duppy Conquerors. There you go. Zachariah, one of the top draft picks last year. He did start showing promise near the end of the year. He started slow for the Hawks, but he started picking it up near the end of the year. So Risache, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Both Sar and Risache have gone in the draft, the top picks from last year at this point. Now, Nins has got a tough decision here. It's like this is a weird spot in the draft. I see a lot of suspicious names here. But yeah, this is a weird time in the draft, and we're just going to have to see what he's thinking here as far as what player is the most attractive to him at this point in the draft. There's old Fred VanVleet. Of course, we know Freddie is hurt, and, you could get Fred and stash him and hope that he could come around at the end of the year and add some stuff to you by the end of the year. And that is possible, guys. Same thing with Jason Tatum. Bobby Portis is the 99th pick in the draft by Nins. Milwaukee's one of the last guys standing with Giannis from the old guard in that team. Everybody's gone, man. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to be so weird this year, guys. They're not going to be good this year. Everybody thinks that Milwaukee's just going to be good because of Giannis. They're not. They're going to be bad this year. Watch. They're going to be bad, and it's going to be bad for Antetokounmpo. He's not going to be totally happy this year. Watch. All right, James back on the clock once again. Let's see what he's thinking. With his 6th pick in the draft, you guys should have like a starting 5 maybe, or trying to form a starting 5 because you want premium positions, people at positions already. I have it locked in with 5 players in the starting 5 plus Ben Mathurin as my 6th man. So he's gone with Mikal Bridges, the better Bridges. I'm surprised that Mikal Bridges went after Miles Bridges, but auto draft will do that to people. He's the 100th pick in the draft. Now Jason Dukes, original Raptor Freak fantasy NBA champion, who won a Vince Carter Tar Heels signed jersey the first year we played this. He won it. Draymond Green is his pick. So he went ahead and got old Draymond on his team, 101st pick. I remember the controversy of Draymond being on Monique's team in the first year we played, and she hated him. And she had to get him off the team. So I traded with her to get that Draymond on my team. Bradley Beal's going to go to Mike's team on the auto draft. That's his own damn fault. Kareem is on the clock. We'll have to see what Kareem's thinking. Is anybody reaching for a Raptor at this point yet? Is Oshai attractive to you? Is Jonathan Mobo some of you think about? Maybe Jamison Battle. Maybe even Jamal Shed. I don't know. Somebody like that, maybe. Maybe you want AJ Lawson. You're really like gambling. You're like, I like AJ Lawson so much. I think AJ Lawson's going to make the Raptors, and he's going to be a really good fantasy player. So I'm going to go ahead and get him the pick after Bradley Beal. I mean, in some ways, I wouldn't fault you if you did that. I mean, there's some logic to that, I guess. I don't know. AJ did play all out in the scrimmage, and he is trying to play for a spot for sure. Great extra footage from Hello and Welcome podcast of the open practice scrimmage game on Friday night. Fantastic stuff. Kareem's taking Andrew Wiggins. There you go. Maple Jordan is going to not that far. He's just going a little south of where he's from. Stephon Castle is on Amit's team. That's a very underrated pick. I've been picking Stephon Castle on my teams and mock drafts. There's Grady. Grady is going to go off the board here to Bryce. Bryce wanted to get his Grady on his team now. So Grady's off the board. We have now got 6 Raptors off the board, and Grady Dick is the 6th one, and he's on Bryce's Boats and Logs. Very cool. Donovan Clingan is going to be a Shamshay. Another big man going there. Castle's ranked at 130. I know it's ridiculous, Amit. His stats are really good. And he's a very good player. It's going to be a little crowded in San Antonio this year with Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox. But I still think Steph Castle is just that kind of player that's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go through whatever's in front of me, and I'm going to make my world what it is. That's the way he plays. Jay Huff, the center for Indiana, is going to be the pick for Cool Cat. And Jamal Shed is off the board going to Gerald. Gerald's like, yeah, fuck this. I need to get a Raptor. So I'm going to get Jamal because I have good faith in the old Shed Van Vliet. That's right. There you go. Jamal Shed, 108th pick in the draft. Chucker Kaz is on the clock, and I'm going to be second on the clock next. So I need to think about what I'm doing here. What are you going to do, Lex? What is the choice that you will make at this point in the draft with what is available? Man, I think they're overranking Christian Brune. I don't understand how they put Christian Brune so high up. Why is he that good? Is he really that good? I don't think he's that good. Is he really that good? I don't think he's that good. Seriously. Why is Christian Brune up so high there? Like what is it? What is so special about him that made him so high on this draft board? It's weird to me, man. All right, Tamari Kamara is going to Cavs, and I'm going to go ahead and take Santi Aldama. Santi Aldama will be my choice here from Memphis Grizzlies. I just think that he's got nice flexibility with the power forward center and to be a backup for me. Lugetz Dort is the pick for MJ. She's not messing around. She's going to get her North Montreal and the hero of Fiercey Jr., and she's keeping it in the family. Lugetz. She gets Lugetz. That's what she got. Amit's lamenting. He wanted Tumani. Oh, my gosh. You got to jump on it if you want those Trailblazers. That's right. Yeah, Tumani's very underrated. Somebody's got to score in Portland, right? That's what they say. Somebody's got to score in Portland. That's just part of it, right? If there's nobody going to score in Portland, who's going to score in Portland? Right? It's got to be like that. All right, what am I doing next, Lex? What's Lex thinking here? You know what, man? I'm going to go off the board here, and I'm not messing around, y'all. This may be crazy. No, you can't do this, man. Do this. This is what you want. This is what you want. Yeah, we're going to do this. Lex is taking Sandro Lukaschelli. Oh, why did I say that? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Well, they can't take anyway because they already got their Raptors. I'm going to take Sandro on my next pick, guys. Unless somebody else takes him just in a second. Yeah, I'm going to take Sandro. I thought it was my turn, but it didn't go fast enough. MK's going, don't you take Sandro just to spite me, MK. I don't think he will. Yeah, I don't know why. I want to get my power forward centers set right now. And I've got some European guys. I got a Spanish one, a Turkish one, and I want a Georgian one. So yeah. All right. Thank you, MK. And I know that MJ already got RJ Barrett, so she can't take Sandro. So I can get Sandro on my next pick. Yeah, I'm not messing around. I want to get Sandro Mamu. I like getting the newer Raptor on the team just to kind of have somebody to root. So yeah, Sandro Mamu's, you are Raptor Freak All-Star. Jaden McDaniels going to Fiercey's team just before that. Yeah, Sandro Mamu. Let's go, Sandro. So Lex has got his Raptor for the year. Mr. Mamu. Mamu. Yeah, they're projecting him some crazy stats. They don't think he's going to play that much. They're crazy. This man's going to be our backup center. He's going to play a lot. Let's see. MK's team is very good. Wow. Yeah, Meredith don't fuck around. I'm telling you right now, we've got some very, very good fantasy draft people. Jason Dukes is another really good one. But yeah, Meredith doesn't mess around. We're going to have to see what his team looks like when all the dust settles at the end of this draft. That's right. And Kareem is walking in and out the door like it's a revolving door, man. This happened before. I can remember Kareem doing this in other drafts where he's like in and out like of the draft room. John Collins is the pick for Kaz here. That's an interesting pick. I keep forgetting that John Collins is in on the Clippers. Of course, him and Bogey got traded to the Clippers from Atlanta together. And yeah, that's an interesting place. Aaron Gordon of the Denver Nuggets is going to be on Gerald's team this year. I beat you, Aaron Gordon. Okay. Jalen Suggs is a cool cat balla. That's right. Anthony Davis is OTB. I do not want this piece of glass. Oh, yeah, you got you mean you got him on auto draft. You didn't mean to get him. You got here late and you got Davis with your first pick. Bryce. Yikes. Well, maybe somebody will value him. I don't think Paul B's playing in this league because his wife and him love Davis. He might have traded for him, but Paul B's not in this league. Quentin Grimes, he is not him, but Andrew thinks he is. So he's put him on his team. Yves Missy is going to Bryce's team here at center at the 120th pick. We're moving right along here. Yeah, that sucks, man. AD, he does look stronger this year, apparently, and the Mavericks are really counting on him to be healthy in some ways, with Kyrie not totally healthy. And, Cooper Flagg being a green rookie, they're going to be there. Look at that. He'll trade Cooper Flagg for Davis. Mario will do that for you if you really want to do that. Bryce, if you want Cooper Flagg, you can get Cooper Flagg for Anthony Davis right now. Right now. That deal is up on the table right now. I don't know how long it is. Herbert Jones is off the board to Amit's team. Another Pelican has flown the coop. That's right. There you go. We got we're in the 8th round of a 15-round draft. So we're over halfway done. And we're going to just keep going until we finish this up. But actually, we're just about halfway done. And I know that sounds like that's crazy. That's a lot to go still. Yeah, we're going to go through most of the NBA. There are going to be a lot of good players that are going to get drafted in this draft. We're going to go all the way. Somebody's going to get Chris Boucher. That's right. Somebody's going to get, maybe somebody will pick Precious. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if anybody's going to get a Chua. We'll have to see. All right. It is Kareem on the draft clock, and we'll have to see if he's actually in the room right now. I think he is. He's actually standing in the room right now. He goes outside for smoke breaks every couple minutes. He's like, oh, I got to go out for a smoke break. And then he comes back into the draft room. And he's chain smoking. I think that's what it is. That's not what it is, Lex. He took VJ Edgecombe of the Philadelphia 76ers. Interesting pick right there. All right, Logical Raptors Fanatics picking on Otto, and he's got Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is auto picked to Mike's team. That's not a bad auto pick in some ways, kind of. It could have been worse, honestly. It could have been a lot worse, honestly. Yeah, I like my Turkey, Georgia, Spanish center coalition. My 3-man tag team of Aldama, Sengun, and Mamu Lukavishvili. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. I like that. All right, Jason Dukes. Where are you at? Tobias Harris? No, CJ McCollum. That's what he's thinking. CJ McCollum, Washington Wizards, CJ McCollum. Note that he will be, somebody's got to score on Wizards, right? Somebody's got to score on Wizards. And well, we'll have to see what the veteran CJ McCollum does at this stage in his career. I think he got punished for being a bad team president of the Players Association. So say, nah, man, you got to go play for Washington. You screwed up our salary cap and for the middle class all over the place in the league. So you got to go play for the Wizards, CJ McCollum. I really do feel like going to the Wizards is a punishment. I really, really do. All right, James, you're on that clock. You got under 20 seconds. We'll see what James is going to do at this point. I hope you guys are building your teams in a vision. You want the puzzle pieces to fit, just like in the NBA. You don't want to get like a whole bunch of shooting guards like Phoenix. That's not a good team building. You want to have balance. That's right. Tobias Harris of the Detroit Pistons is the 125th pick in the Raptor Freak draft for 2025. And Ace Bailey is going to go to Nins. And the very next pick, the young rookie lottery pick for the Utah Jazz, who fired his agent after the debacle around the draft. Yeah, he fucked you up, bro. He made you drop in the draft. You lost millions of dollars from your agent. So he fired his ass this summer. Mark Williams, the center for the Suns. That's an interesting pick. Has he passed his physical? That's what I asked. Devin Vassell, the Spurs going to HC on the first pick of the turn, and he's going to get his second pick on the turn coming back into the 9th round of the draft. Nickel Alexander Walker of the Atlanta Hawks is the 129th pick for HC. on the turn. So now we going straight into the 9th round of this draft. Jaden Ivey off the boards to Amari. Detroit guard hopefully will be healthy this year. He's going to add to the mix. And we'll just have to see if it's an ad in a positive way or a negative way for the Pistons and winning. That's not always like just given that, oh, you're going to be coming to play for us this year. Are you're going to add to us? Sometimes you bring players back that were hurt and they don't actually add to winning. It hurts you. So I don't know. We'll have to see. The jury's still out on Jaden Ivey to me, because in some ways he's still such a young player. He's got to develop and set who he is. I don't know whether he's a winning player or not. And his effect on whether the Pistons win more this year will show us. If they don't and they won more with Dennis, well, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They won more with Dennis Schroeder than Jaden Ivey. We'll have to see. All right, Nins is taking the full clock. It's because he's on his second pick on the turn. And, it's a little bit tougher because he's probably got somebody in mind before that. And then, boom, Aaron Nesmith of the Indiana Pacers is the pick there. Yeah, this is an interesting draft so far. Very, very good draft so far. We'll just have to see how it keeps going. There, Kareem has gone out for a smoke once again. All right, what position am I needing to fill on my team a little bit more? Because I have only a few of them. Okay, I've got that position and that position good. Okay, I see what position I should be looking at. All right. Ooh, I don't want that player, though. I don't like that player. I don't want that player, though. Ugh, I don't like that player. Ugh, maybe I'll get that player, even though, yeah, maybe. Oh, don't get that guy either. Don't get that guy, Lex. Oh, that's the guy right there. Maybe that's the guy. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the guy. All right. The Jabari Smith Jr. is going to James's team next. The 132nd pick of the draft of the Houston Rockets, Jabari Smith Jr. on the load managers. Jason Dukes on the clock. Let's see what goes on with his 9th pick of the draft. See what he's thinking here. I hope you guys are happy with your teams. So we're going to see a lot of distribution of talent from around the league on your teams. And hopefully you got good players that will be healthy, players that will show up and play most of the games. That's the thing in the NBA. You can't really knock guys down for 82 games anymore because the league is just not like that anymore. It's just not like that anymore, unfortunately. DeJounte Murray is going to Jason Dukes' team, and Jalen Wells is auto-drafted to Logical Raptors Fanatic, the rookie from last year who made all-rookie team. Jalen Wells, a little overrated to me, honestly, in the league. I don't know why they rate him so high. He's on the Grizzlies. I mean, he's good, but I didn't think he was one of the top 5 rookies last year. I thought it was kind of weird. They were overlooking our guys to give props to Wells. Shed should have been in this spot on the All-Star team in some ways over Jalen Wells, in my opinion. I know Jalen Wells started, but still. Shed is like that. He's just like that. D'Angelo Russell is going to Kareem's team. Was that a mess up? Was that on purpose, Kareem? I think it was. Tari Eason. Amit likes Tari Eason, so he's gone and got him. Another big power forward from the Rockets going off the board right there. I feel like the Rockets are crowded now in some ways. They're very crowded team. Bryce's Boats and Logs on the clock. Let's see what he's thinking, where he needs to get his next player. We still got lots of Raptors out there. Lots of teams that have not taken Raptors. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Raptors off the board. So half the league has picked their Raptor and half the league has not. 16 teams, 8 teams have got a Raptor. So if you're one of the 8 teams without a Raptor, you can still go get Jacoby Walter. You can still go get Jamison Battle or Oshai Abaji. Yeah, we got off the board now. Jeremy Sohan is going to Bryce's team. That's a great pick. That's somebody who I thought about. Cason Wallace is a statistically very good pick. So, Andrew, good job getting Cason Wallace. He should be very helpful to your team. I'm coming up soon. It's Cool Cat on the clock, and then we got Gerald, and then we got Kaz. So I got to get ready to make my next pick for this 2025 Raptor Freak Fantasy Yahoo draft for the NBA this year. We're getting our fantasy team set up, and who wins this league usually gets a trophy, gets some sort of reward. And Trevor Jay's already said, the commissioner of fun, Trevor Jay, who's the commissioner of this fantasy league, it will be saying, like, look, y'all got to understand the trophy's going to be off the chain this year, y'all. for winning this NBA fantasy season. That's what he's promising already. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how awesome it's going to be, but I bet it will be good. I bet it will be good. All right, Sam Hauser's off the board. And Klay Thompson is off the board also. Gerald taking Klay Thompson. Yeah, that's the guy I said I wouldn't take. That's the guy I said I wouldn't take. All right, this is who I'm taking now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take the young Canadian that was is that really who I want though, Lex? You know what? Yeah, take this guy instead and stash him. I'm gonna go get Zach, y'all. I got Zach Edey. Let's go, Zach. I know he's hurt, and he's hurt for the first part of the season, but I can stash him and put him on my injury reserve and go get somebody from the waiver wire immediately after the draft. And yeah, because I'm gonna put good players on my injury reserve that could be coming back sooner. Because Zach's not out for the whole season; he's only out for like maybe the first month or so. So, I'll go ahead and take Zach. Okay, Chris Boucher is off the board going to MJ's team. So she went ahead and got our guy Slim Duck. That's awesome. Hopefully, Chris will see an increase in his stats being on the Celtics. I'm sure he will. He's going to get more time, hopefully steady time, and he'll get a good increases on his stats with the Celtics, sad to say. Brandon Pods is off the board to MK's team, and he's going on the turn. So he's getting to pick the next one too. Yeah, I don't know. In some ways, I want to get my Canadian content. And I got Benedict and I got Zach now, and Jamal. So I've got 3 Canadians on my team right now, and that's pretty good. I like that. And Steph Curry's honorary Canadian. Yeah, he's honorary. Kawhi is the opposite. He's negative Canadian because he turned his back on the country. You could have been Canadian, Kawhi, but nah, you had to go mess around getting scammed by a tree company, and your aspirations with Uncle Dennis were just stupid. That's right. Steve Ballmer ruined your life. Kyle Kuzma is going to MK's team. That's not a mistake. Kyle Kuzma is going to do something, maybe. And then DeAndre Hunter is going to the Rottweilers. I'm going to go ahead and get another Canadian. I'm going to get the young Keyshawn George, the Washington Wizards. So there you go. I get my Canadian content is going up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 Canadians now on my team. Look at that. 4 out of my 10 players are Canadian. 40% Canadian content. Let's go. Let's go. And a lot of my players are foreign too. I don't have a lot of American players on my team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players out of 10 are not American. And Amin Thompson, he's Jamaican. So there you go. And Steph Curry's half Canadian. Kyrie Irving is going to go to Trucker Kaz's team. He's going to stash him on the injuries reserve and get him for later. Jonas Valanciunas is on Gerald's team. That's cool. I like that. That's a fun pick. Jonas, center, backup center this year for the Denver Nuggets behind Jokic. We'll see Jonas tomorrow night in the Raptors' first preseason game. 10 p.m. Eastern is tip-off tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do the preview for the game in the morning. I'm going to do the first ref report of the season for the Raptors tomorrow morning. We'll do the refs. We'll do keys to victory. We'll do the whole scout on the injury report, everything that's going on for the game and what to expect get you set up for the first preseason game of the Raptors season. Denver Nuggets, Raptors tomorrow night in Vancouver. Fantastic stuff. I'm going to be so happy to watch some Raptors basketball tomorrow night at 10 p.m. with you guys. And there's even a full moon during the game, guys. Woo! October full moon during the Raptors game. Harrison Barnes, the number 150th pick in the draft. That's a Barnes and Barnes, fish heads. It's not Scotty, but it's Harrison. There you go. Kyle Filipowski, Mormon guy, going to Andrew's team. And Keita is going to be on Bryce's team. Slotted to possibly be the center for the Celtics this year. Keita is probably going to be a good pick because he's going to get a lot of stats. Dante DiVincenzo of the Minnesota Timberwolves is going to be on Ahmed's team right now. And Kareem is on auto pick. Let's see if he picks somebody he wants. Oh, wait, it isn't going to go through. He's got to come back in from a cigarette and know that he's going to pick the next player. Regardless of what happens here, he's going to pick the next player. So he's got to figure out who it's going to be. Man, I'm happy, man. I got quite the centers here with Edey, Mamu, Sengun, and Aldama. Woo-wee, that's some big guys right there. There's some big players right there. My Canadian content, it's really good. Oh, Kareem has jumped in. He's got 22 seconds on the clock. Can he do it? He's got Kevin Huerter. Okay, he got in there and got Huerter at the buzzer right before it was going to flip. That's right. Ooh, there's Davion Mitchell, y'all. Does anybody want? Oh, Davion, Keontae George of the Utah Jazz is going to Mike's team on pick. Auto pick is what sent him there. Man, there's Fred. Man, do I get Fred and stash him? Do I get Fred and stash him? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think Fred's coming back this year. Honestly, I think that it's going to be out for the whole entire year. I don't think he's going to come back this year. I want him to. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say I don't want that. Con Knipple. Jason Duke's taking Con Knipple right there. Wow, that's an interesting one. I guess people are going to have to get stats in Charlotte, and Con could very well be a benefactor of that alongside the Ball kid and Brandon Miller. We'll have to see what happens there. I have more faith in Con Knipple than Miles Bridges. I'll say that. How about that? All right, who do we want? Yeah, Ahmed saying, I just realized Jacoby is listed as point guard, shooting guard. That's weird. That is weird. That's what I'm saying. They do a lot of weird stuff here. Ahmed's looking for his Raptor, and he's looking at Walter right now, and he's seeing that he's got point guard, shooting guard eligibility. Yeah, I don't know the reasoning for how they do some of these, man. I really don't. Like I said, Josh Hart's a power forward. You're crazy. Just because the Knicks play that small ball lineup and put him at power forward don't mean he's a power forward. Gary Trent Jr. is going to be on James's team. Alex Caruso is going to Nins's team. 157th and 158th picks in the draft. We're getting into some more of the role players. There's Bub Carrington going to Omari. A lot of young Wizards that are very promising in different ways. You got Sarr, you got George, you got Koulibaly. I believe Koulibaly's still out there too. Kevin Porter Jr. is of Milwaukee is going to HC on the auto draft. That's not something he probably wanted. I'm going to tell you right now. Lonzo Ball is the other one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty bad, man. That's pretty bad. Reed Shepherd's going to Duppy. Okay, he's figuring that Reed's going to step in Fred's shoes. That's an interesting pick right there. I have no faith in Shepard myself, Omari, but you go right ahead and take him. We'll have to see how he does this year. He does have a really big opportunity in front of him. If he can take it and go with it and do well, that might be good. That might be very, very good for them. Really, really good for them. All right, let me see. What am I thinking with my next pick coming up? It's interesting spot where we are in the draft. It's like not the most happy, thrilling kind of players. It's kind of like, okay, these guys, it's not the most exciting part of the draft. So there's Russell Westbrook with the NA next to his name still. Not applicable, not on a team. Yeah, this is really getting into the down the gritty. Oh, there's Common Malawak. If you want to get him, Jaime Vasquez Jr. is going to Nins's team. In some ways, it's like this is where you can really define your team and get some really good kind of quality because you kind of are getting people that people are not kind of sleeping on. They're like, oh man, nobody's really realizing this guy's out there. I should get him. I should get this one. It's just like, wow, this guy's all the way down here still at this point in the draft. Man, I'm going to get this guy right now before anybody else does. There's a bit of that at this point in the draft. You can really find some deep cuts or some, real value this late with some players that are like really kind of like, why are they going so low in the draft? Because honestly, this guy's good and he starts and he does this and he does that. There's a bit of that kind of stuff going on at this point in the draft where you can find some real value. That's right. Anthony Black is going to the load managers. Taylor Hendricks is going to Duke Rocks, 165th pick. We're in the 10th round, and we are we're in the 11th round now. So we are moving along pretty quick here now. Wendell Carter Jr. goes to Mike on auto draft. That's his own damn fault. And Kareem is here, so no auto pick. Get the water break. Oh, man. Yeah, we'll do all the regular stuff on the show after the draft's over. Why is Malik Beasley listed as NA? He may not be officially in the NBA still. I don't know if anybody actually picked him up. Yeah, the NA is something to pay attention to. You don't want to draft anybody with NA next to their name because that may mean they're not doing anything. He's unsigned, so he didn't make a team. He's too much of a risk if he does get charged. And then they were like, oh, well, why do we sign him? Because he's not going to be able to play anyway. Because he's still not cleared completely. He's cleared in some ways, but he's not cleared in other ways, is what I've heard. Isaiah Collier is going to go to Kareem's team, and PJ Washington's on Amit's team. All right, it's coming around to Bryce. Bryce is on here now. Let's see. Oshai not picking up is a crime. Well, we're just going to have to see somebody go get Oshai. There's a lot of people that still have the ability to draft a Raptor, but not me, and a lot of other people that already got one, like you with RJ. So yeah, Oshai and Jacoby should probably be the next two Raptors to get drafted. We'll probably see that. So Bryce on the clock. He's taking Ty Jerome. That's a great pick. Honestly, that's a great pick. He's only got shooting guard position, but he's gonna do stuff in Memphis. And Cleveland's gonna miss him. He's gonna be part of the reason why they're not gonna be as good this year. Ty Jerome not being on the Cavs this year is a big problem for them. He's a really annoying player off the bench. And they're going to regret not having him on their team this year. Watch, because he was an X Factor kind of player. Cam Whitmore of the Washington Wizards, because he got sent from the Rockets to the Wizards this offseason, is on Shamshay's team. The Shamshays. That's right. Cool Cat is on the clock. Let's see if she's going to go. Where is your weakness in position is what y'all should be looking at. It's like, who do I have? Like, I have 2, 3, 4 point guards. I have this many centers. I have this and this. You got to figure out which position you're missing players and fill those spots because that's the spot you're at right now. That's right. All right. Who do I want? Do I really want to do that? I mean, he's going to be fun because he's back in his place, his old place. He's going to be fun. So I'm going to do this for sentimentality. I'm going to take Chris Paul. Chris Paul of the Los Angeles Clippers, back in the Clippers. It's a sentimental place for him. He may play with a certain kind of heart with it. And, the Clippers are more likely to use him in certain ways that benefit him. So I'm excited. We'll have to see. Chris is up there, though. Ayo DeSumo is going to MJ's team. Daniel Gafford went before. And Davion Mitchell did go to Gerald's team. Very cool to see Davion Mitchell get drafted before Chris Paul. Good job, Gerald. Good job, man. So, yeah, we're on the run. I'm on the turn, so I need to make sure I get another good player very, very soon because we are coming back around. How long is this guy hurt for? Oh, somebody just took him. MK just took him. I was looking at Bilal. MK took him. I was like, how long is he out for? Is he going to be back relatively soon? Because I'll take him if he's back soon. But he's gone. Ooh, this is the one that actually I don't know why I would pick him, but I'm going to because I know he's going to get major stats, and everybody's sleeping on him right now. That's crazy. Why isn't this guy more higher in the draft? He's a starter. This is weird. This is very strange that this guy is not higher in this draft because honestly, and I would normally not take this player, but I've had him on my team in the past, and he's done very well for me. This is weird. I don't understand this. He should be higher. Let's see. Oh, Kareem left the chat. That's what he did. Okay. Jared McCain. Okay, MK, Jared's hurt, right? He got hurt pretty badly, too. I think Jared McCain, you're going to stash him because I don't think he's playing in the beginning of the season. This is the guy I'm like, why didn't you take this guy? Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre Jr. Kelly Oubre Jr. is a starter for the Sixers. Yeah. Yeah, Kelly Oubre Jr. I'm like, why is he still out here? He's like a starter for them, right? Nick's going to start Kelly Oubre. He's this kind of player. And in some ways, he's been one of the more dependable with health kind of ones, other than when he's getting hit on a bike by a Philadelphia driver. I don't know. I normally would not take a Sixer. Kyle Lowry is okay. And I guess Kelly Oubre is okay for me to take too, apparently. It's weird. That's kind of weird that you took Kelly Oubre, dude. It is what it is. It is what it is. Colin Sexton's off the board going to Team Kaz. And we see also that Andrew's got 3 dudes named Carr on his team. That's weird. Let's see. Jason Tatum did get drafted by Gerald. He's going to stash him and keep him on his team and hope he gets healthy by the end of the year. That is weird that you have 3 dudes named Carr on your team. Where is that? Let me see that. I want to look at that. That's on Andrew's team. The Shamshays. Oh, he's got Cam. They're named Cam. Cam Whitmore, Cam Johnson, and Cam Thomas. That is weird that you did that, man. That is weird. Yeah, if Tatum manages to somehow come back, that is an amazing pick. Yeah, we'll see. Obi Toppin's going to Cool Cat's team. That makes a lot of sense. Big time Pacers fan. Cool Cat is getting some of her Pacers players like Jay Huff and different people from the team that she roots for, other than the Raptors, with her man Siakam. Of course, she got Siakam with their first pick. She's got to have her Pascal on her team. That's right. That's right. Shamshe's going to take Scoot Henderson. Not at the second pick, not at the third pick, not the fourth pick, at the 183rd pick. Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson. Oh my gosh. All right. Get serious, Lex. We've got only 3 more picks to make in this draft. We're getting into the late rounds. Round 12 of 15 is where we're at right now. I know it's a slog. We've gone on this draft for over a year. I mean, not over a year, over an hour, over a year, over an hour of the draft already. Some reason I feel like this one's taking longer, but it's okay. It is what it is. Scoot is injured, though. Yeah, he might be hurt for a little bit. Karis LeVert is going to Boats and Logs. 184th pick. He is on Detroit this year, guys. That's another shakeup that I keep forgetting is LeVert went from Cleveland to Detroit. He'll be on the Pistons this year. There you go. There you go. I got my guy lined up. Yeah, less auto picks this year. I think that's why it's taking longer. You're exactly right, MK. I think that is. Scoot is only out 4 to 8 weeks. Okay, so he's getting him to stash him. Al Horford's going to be on Amit's team after he said, I would only play for the Warriors or the Celtics. Screw you, Al Horford. Just go ahead and retire then. Brooke Lopez, backup center for the Clippers this year. Kareem Thomas, he'll be playing behind Zubac. And it'll be different because Brooke Lopez has been a starter most of his career. Cole Anthony has found a place in Milwaukee. It seems like Milwaukee is the place for lost people to go and be there. Yeah, he's going to start. So take a risk on him. You think that Brooke's going to start? Interesting. Grant Williams of the Charlotte Hornets on Jason Duke's team. I'm like, why? I'm just like, why? Why is that? Why is that? No, Horford's going to start? Yeah, he'll definitely start. I mean, we got to remember he's old, and in some ways that whole team is old. I said the guy who picked Steph Curry. Yeah, that whole team is old. We'll just have to see what goes on with Golden State this year. Man, there's some old teams in California this year. Clippers are very old also. On the down low, the Lakers with LeBron. So let's see who's up. James, the load managers. We'll have to see what his 12th pick in the draft will be. Here we're getting down the nitty gritty, the nitty grit. You got to try and get that quality, dig deep. And this is where your knowledge of the NBA, the more fleshed out it is, the better you'll do. Goga of Georgia, Sandro's buddy and teammate, is going to James's team. And Tyus Jones of Orlando is on Philadelphia Huskies. Jeremy Grant will go to Omari. He's got another Portland Trailblazer on his team there, Duppy Conquerors. And HC's on the pick. He took Dylan Harper. Damn it. The auto pick took the guy I wanted to take next. Auto pick. Dylan Harper was actually who I wanted to draft right there. Scottie Pippen Jr. is the next pick for him after that. So Duppy's back on the clock. We're in the 13th round, guys. We got on the home stretch. You got 3 more picks to make, or maybe just, that's it. 2 or 3 more picks. And then we're done. 13, 14, 15. And 3 more picks, and we're out. All right, so let's see where you're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. What player who looks attractive to you at this point with what's going on in this draft? If you have a Raptor, you can go ahead and get a Raptor near the end of the draft here. Jarace Walker of the Indiana Pacers is the pick for Omari. Yeah, HC, Nins, Jason Dukes, Logical Raptors fanatic, Amit, Andrew, Kaz, and Meredith can all still draft Raptors. They all are still available to you guys as far as things going into the end here. All the other teams have gotten a Raptor since. So, all right, who do I want at this point in the draft? Who's intriguing? Who's interesting? Who's a good possibility? Who do they think is going to play? All right, Nins is taking Colin. Colin Murray Boyles is going to be on Nins' team this year. So he went ahead and took our 9th pick in the draft. Colin Murray is off the board, y'all. So you can't get the Colin Murray Boyles experience on your fantasy team this year. He's gone. He gone. All right, let's see. Load managers on the clock. Are you going to take Common Malawatch? Colin Murray Boyles? Here you go ahead and give them all the watch right now, just as a joke. You say, yeah, this is how it went in the draft too. And get Common right after Colin. That's so crazy, man. Oh, there's Abaji. I see Abaji on the draft sheet there. Somebody want to go get Abaji? He actually has some pretty good projected stats, possibly. Jordan Clarkson is the decision for James. It is not Common. Young is gone, though. Jason's going to take Young here. And Mike on his auto draft is going to, it looks like, yep. Somebody and you better watch out, Kareem. You might get Russell Westbrook if you're not careful here. Oh, I got an unstable draft right now. Not unstable draft, but unstable stream. Maybe the stream's cutting out. Well, either way, we know what to do. Man, you better watch out. Somebody better watch out. They're going to get Russell Westbrook for nothing if they're not careful, because he's at the top of the auto draft. And if Kareem doesn't come in and make the pick, he's going to take Russell Westbrook by accident, because he is at the top of the auto draft right now, and he's an NA. We know Russell's not on a team, and that will be a wasted pick. It will go ahead and go right to the if you want to keep him on your team and just hanging around with him, you can, but he's not going to be playing, at least not right now. He could get signed, I guess, at some point. But yeah, let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, 0. Dalton Connect. It was a fake out. He went and took Dalton Connect. All right, that's a better pick than Russell. That's for sure. All right, where are we going next? It's Amit back on the clock. Let's see what Amit's saying for his 12th pick in this draft. I know we're working through it, man. We're working through this draft right now. This isn't the best rewatch draft, a rewatch stream. I know that, but this is a necessary thing we do every year to get our fantasy teams and compete. And we'll have to see who's going to be the fantasy champion this year. Of course, our two-time champion, David Saborin, is not returning this year. So, in some ways, the defending champion is Jason Dukes, the original champion. We've done this 3 years in a row. And Jason won the first year, and David won. Peter won the 2 year after that. Peter Saborin won the 2 years after that. So he's a two-time champion, but he's not returning this year. I did offer him an invite for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and he did not respond to me. So the chance for Peter to come and play was there. He just didn't take it. Clint Capella is going to Shamshays, and Max Christie's is on Bryce. Noah Clowney is the choice for Amit. So, yeah, interesting choices there. We're really getting to the end of the draft. This is right. Once again, you can find value here, guys. If you know how to look for it, you can find value here. What position do I need the most? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think that may be the position I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I definitely need those positions still. Mike Conley's going to Cool Cat right there, and Gerald's on the clock. Okay, so maybe I take this guy. I don't know. He's intriguing. Miles McBride is going to be on Gerald's team. I had McBride last year. He's a very solid bench player. And he can do some stuff for you, especially coming off the bench and scoring and getting threes. He's a very good three-point shooter. Who do I want? This is tough. Okay, this guy has been getting advertised. He's totally underrated, and everybody always forgets about him, and I don't understand why. But this guy does really well in fantasy. I'm going to get KCP. KCP's in Memphis, and he's going to be playing a lot there. They're kind of already showing starter. You get a starter like Kentavious Caldwell Pope this late in the draft. Isaiah Joe, 207th pick in the draft for Oklahoma City Thunder, going to De'Rock Wilder's MJ's team. Yeah, all right. I still need to get another one of those positions. Maybe I'll put a flyer on that guy. Yeah, be careful. If you are not here and you get auto draft, you're going to take Russell Westbrook as it is right now. You will be taking Russell Westbrook. Moses Moody is going to MK's team on the swing, and he's got the next pick also. Meredith is building a team, is what Amit's saying. We'll have to look and see what different teams look like at the end when the dust settles in this draft. Very, very intriguing draft so far. I think that I'm not totally happy with my team. I could have done worse, though. I will say that I could have done worse. So I wanted different players on my team, but it's not going exactly how I would have liked. Okay, I need to do something real quick, guys. Hang on. Oh, crap. I'm on the clock. Oh, I'm on the clock. It's my turn to draft. All right, let's see what happened. Duncan Robinson went to MJ, Nikola Jovic to MK. Oh, crap, man. My screen keeps cutting out. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and take Igor Demin because he's a point guard and he's in Brooklyn. He could do some stuff there. So I'll take Igor. We still got one more round after this. We're in the second to last round. So you guys, most of you only have one pick left or two picks to take coming up. If you don't have a Raptor yet, go ahead and get it. But Aiden Bona going there. Yabusele going to Gerald. Cool stuff. Kaz has got Aiden. All right. We're getting a couple of the draft picks from this year. Draft pick from last year. Does nobody want Fred? Let's see. Nobody's taken Fred so far. Cool Cat's on the clock. You could take Fred and stash him, but it's not like he's coming back. I don't know about Lillard or Halliburton. Those are two other guys that are interesting to stash. Grayson Allen is going to Cool Cat's team. He's, of course, still on the Suns. One of their many shooting guards that they have on their team. So many shooting guards. Anybody want Bronny? Bronny's out there, guys. Go get Bronny. Bronny. Yeah, he could be a good solid pickup for you, possibly. I'm seeing some value still out there in some ways. I'm going to go ahead and figure this out. If I can get that guy on my last pick, that'd be good. Ooh, there's Kyle Lowry. Does anybody want Kyle Lowry? Kyle Lowry's out there. Okay. Nobody took Beef Stew. I know Beef Stew's still out there too. You could get Beef Stew still. You know, the thing about Isaiah, though, is like he's not the best scorer. So it's kind of like you're getting him for blocks and rebounds, really. He's not the best scorer. Derek Jones Jr. is going to Oshai is still on the board, Amit. If somebody who doesn't have a Raptor want to get Oshai Abaji, you can get him still. Trey Johnson to Andrew's team. And Derek Jones Jr., Aaron Wiggins, sorry, going to Amit's team there. Aaron Wiggins. Don't get it mixed up. All right, what is the position you want? Oh, man, Lex, this keeps messing up, man. My screen goes out. It's no good. All right. Technical difficulties that are different that I've never had. Like the monitor that's showing the draft for me keeps cutting off because the connection cord's not very good right now. I've got it figured out, though. I think we're very close to finishing this draft, guys. And wow, we're going to be like almost 2 hours for the stream probably by the end of it. So we'll do a quick run through of all the segments that I do really fast, and then we'll get out of here. And, of course, tomorrow's a preview stream for the first preseason game against the Denver Nuggets. Raptors will play at 10 p.m. There we go. You've taken Russell Westbrook on auto draft, Kareem Thomas, just so you know. You got Russell. It is what it is. Chris Middleton going to Mike's team on auto draft. That's actually who I was thinking about getting myself because I feel like Middleton in Washington is still a very valuable player. And that's crazy. All right, we got to figure this out. Who is the last pick? Maybe I do stash Fred at the end and just stash him. I don't know. I don't know if Freddie's worth coming back around at that point. How long is Lillard out? Is Lillard out? He does not plan on returning this year. Okay, he's not going to play. Is Halliburton? He's going to be out the whole year too. So those guys aren't worth grabbing. Yeah, Westbrook got drafted to Kareem's team. That is what it is. He's going to figure it out. He'll probably drop him. and have to do what he's got to do. Yeah, he came back. He's left the draft. You did that. Marcus Smart is going to the load managers. Chris Dunn is to Jason Dukes. Yeah, we're getting down the very end of the draft. This is going to be the last round in just a second. So make your draft picks count. Of course, you can start doing waiver wire after the draft. If you don't like exactly what you got, you can switch it around to an extent and get things a little fixed up as you can try to. So yeah, beef stew is still sitting there. There's a Baji. Somebody would probably take Oshai, but before the end of this draft, I would think. But real quick, we'll have to see. Man, what do I do with my last pick? What position do I need? Went and did good on that position at this point. 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I still need that position. So I should look for there. Okay, lots of players going off. Terrence Mann, Common got drafted. Common Malawatch going to Ninza's team. Peyton Watson going to HC. Yeah, Ryan Kalkbrenner, center. Yeah, Jeff Dowden's NA because he doesn't play in the NBA anymore. He's gone overseas. Ryan Kalkbrenner getting drafted by HC on auto draft too. All right, who do I want? Who's the guy? Oh, no, don't do that, Lex. That's stupid. Do not do that for sure. If you do that, that's a joke. Oh, yeah. All right, just do that. That's actually a value pick at this point. If you can get him and draft him. Ooh, there's somebody who's supposedly better than Grady Dick who's available here. No, we don't want that guy. Fred VanVleet did get picked up by Omari. He's going to stash him on his injury list. Yeah, Amit's next pick is terrible, but he has to do it. You're going to take Bronny, aren't you? You're going to take Bronny James. I have a feeling you're going to take Bronny, and it's partly because wait, you don't have LeBron. I think Jason took LeBron. Yeah, we'll have to see what your awful pick is. I'm sure it is. Hey, Precious is there, guys. Kelly Olynyk. You guys can go get Kelly Olynyk if you want. He's sitting there too. Yeah, interesting who's down there. There's Jonathan Mobo. If anybody's wanting to go get Jonathan. Bruce Brown. Oh, my gosh. Is that who you were talking about? No, Nins took Bruce Brown Jr. And then Mitchell Robinson. That's a solid pick late in the draft, James. Honestly, if Cat gets hurt, Mitchell Robinson's going to get a lot of playing time. He's going to be important for the Knicks. If Cat has any kind of injuries at all, Mitchell Robinson will be having to step in there. So that's not totally a horrible pick that late. Seriously. That is not totally a horrible pick that late. There's a lot of interesting players that are still left. Are we going to get any more Raptors drafted? HC is not going to take a Raptor. Jason Dukes, are you going to take a Raptor on yours? I guess you didn't. You already took Sam Merrill. So Mike is on the clock. He's going to take, looks like Max Strus, who's hurt on the auto draft. Kareem's on auto draft. He's going to take whoever's there. And Amit, you got to take your Raptor if you want to on your last pick. Andrew, Kaz, and MK can all take Raptors too. So there's still some hope for Abaji to get drafted by the end of this draft. We're in the last round. We got the final picks going off the draft board right now. We're going to be done very shortly with this draft. Kareem has put himself on auto pick and he's left. Why you do that, man? It's like you were here. And now we got to wait the whole minute for you, my guy. And you're going to take on auto draft. It looks like you're going to take Royce O'Neal is who Kareem's going to get. If it was another pick, it could have been Halliburton if somebody had picked Royce already. But no, he's going to get Royce O'Neal on this one, it looks like. So we'll have to see. Here we go. 2-1. Royce O'Neal. Yep, exactly. Ahmet, who are you picking? Ben Saraf. Okay, you're taking that guy. Okay, you just picked him because he's from Israel. Let's see. Trey Jones on Bryce's team, and Keldon Johnson's going to Andrew's team. That's a solid pick. The San Antonio player. He could actually still be important for the Spurs and the whole mix of things. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's very crowded in San Antonio this year. Very, very crowded. Cool Cat's taking her last pick right now, and she already has a Notorious BI3, so she can't take a Raptor at this point. Kareem, you came back just to see that you took Royce O'Neal. Yeah, you got Royce O'Neal, my guy. Let's see. Cool Cat. Keldon gets traded. I feel like that'll be a value pick. That's true. That's true. He's highly valued. Yeah, terrible pick, but still better than Kareem's pick of Westbrook. Yeah, I mean, if you're just picking a guy because he's from the country you live in, that's fine. I mean, I did that too. I picked a bunch of Canadians on purpose on my team. I'm not totally happy with my team though. I'm gonna try and make it better as we go. Batum is gonna be Cool Cat's last pick, the player from France. Jeremiah Fears is Gerald's next pick, and yeah, people are starting to leave the draft because it's pretty much over. Cass is get his last pick here. He can take his Raptor now if he wants to. Obviously, if you haven't taken your Raptor, you can just go ahead and work it through the waiver wire afterwards. If you don't take a Raptor now on the draft, you can go and get whoever you want from the draft waiver wire afterwards, if there is one. So it's up to you, Kaz. You can be strategic and wait, or you can go ahead and take it now. It's up to you. I'm going to take my player in a second, and hopefully nobody's going to take. I don't think you're going to take the player I want for my pick here. I don't think you will. So we'll have to see. Why is this guy projected to not play? That's suspicious. What about this guy? Why is this guy? You know what? I'd rather get the other guy because he's just a proven commodity in the NBA. And, we'll see what he does. Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah. Nick Richards is next. And then MK took Luke Kennard. And MK's going to take the last pick in the draft. And the draft will be over, guys. And he has taken, let's see. The draft is complete. Who did you take? It doesn't tell me. Who did he take at the end? I just want to see. Luke Garza. He took Luke Garza. Okay, so the draft is complete, guys. Good job, guys, and fantastic stuff. Let me just close the draft, or let's just go ahead and go here now. So, wow, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the 16 teams did not take Raptors. So there's still quite a few Raptors out there, including Abaji, including is Walter? Did Walter get picked? Jacoby Walter didn't even get drafted, guys. So Jacoby and Oshai are probably the two best Raptors on the waiver wire. You may want to rush to get there. If you're somebody who didn't do the draft like Mike or HC, you may very much want to go see what's going on there. Yeah, let's see. All right, let's go on to the chat. I'll get all your comments now from what you guys were saying during the draft. I apologize. We got to do it a certain way, right? We got to do it a certain way. All right, let's see. Let's see. Andrew's saying good luck to the draft, everybody. Luka might be a risky pick. Kaz is saying I'm used to playing 9 categories, but I'm down to try head-to-head points this season. Yeah, it's just better for like week to week, keeping up with the league. Let's see. I read that one already. Okay, I read that one too. Trevor's saying that the Blue Jays kicked the Yankees' ass. Yeah, this is fantastic. Game 1 of the playoffs between the Yankees and the Blue Jays. First time ever playing the Yankees in the playoffs. We beat them 10-1. And Vladdy got a home run in the first inning, and then Kirk got 2 home runs throughout the game. And then there was a lot of good scoring later innings for the Blue Jays, hitting some runs in off doubles. And yeah, just a sensational pitching job also by Gosman. And well, they're going to play again today at 4 o'clock. And well, I'm going to be putting my Blue Jays hat back on. And I didn't watch the game at all yesterday. I checked in on it very late, and I saw that they were up 10-1. I was like, yes. But I didn't pay attention. In fact, out in my yard, I was watching the Blue Jays, the animals, take bird baths in my bird bath. And the one Blue Jay was really energetic. It was like really getting in the water and throwing it all around and just really bathing itself happy. And I was like, man, the Blue Jays must be doing good down at Rogers Center if the Blue Jay in my yard is just like tearing it up in the bird bath right now. I wanted to take that as a sign that the Toronto Blue Jays were kicking ass because the Blue Jays in my yard, the birds, were kicking ass. So Nins has added Philadelphia Huskies logo to his team. That's awesome. That's really perfect. I love your name, Philadelphia Huskies. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Amit's going to get Luca at number 4. All right. Fiercely saying, as I was scouting the team, saw many moves. DeLon Wright to Indiana, both O-Rob and Castleton to Orlando, Caleb Houston to Atlanta, Dinwiddie, Connaughton, and Sexton to Charlotte. Yeah. It's interesting. DeLon did get signed on by Indiana, and that spot that Delano tried out for. DeLon Wright actually got the spot over him. That's interesting. An older vet, a more quality player in some ways to help the Indiana Pacers in their eyes was DeLon Wright over Delano Banton, 2 Raptors draft picks. Very, very interesting. Yeah, Caleb Houston to Atlanta is interesting too. And our backup centers from last year are both on the Magic. That's right. Castleton and Orlando Robinson. Amit's saying Hepburn, Shamshay, Elijah, and Temple will most likely not play a lot. So you want to get a good Raptor, get them early. Yep. And this is Nin's first ever fantasy draft. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you had fun. And well, it's going to be a fun time this year, keeping up with it. Andrew's saying this is the second time he had a blast last year. Yeah, you guys it was a lot of fun last year. And I believe Andrew did pretty good last year from what I remember. No, oh wow, after the draft is done, they've got us just in the divisions now. So if I'm going to look at last year's, don't worry about it right now. You can see the schedule is set. That is the actual schedule, guys. So if you go look at your schedule on the fantasy league, that is the schedule that you're planning to play this year. And you guys are all geographically set in your divisions, just so you know. Geographically set. James is saying Embiid is a risky one this year. Yeah, very risky. He's risky every year. Andrew's saying, I think Scotty went top 10 last year. Yeah, he might have been even our first pick last year from what I remember. I think I remember Scotty going like first or one of our drafts. Amit's saying he's been risky since 2004. Exactly. About Embiid, for sure. Fiercely saying my placement will not lead me to success. I don't think that's true, Fiercely. You can't look at it that way. If there's a lesson in fantasy sports, it doesn't matter where you draft. Seriously, you can think that it's bad to get a late draft slot, but you get a second player that's better than everybody else's second player on that spot other than MK. MK's on the turn, and you get to pick like right around that. You can really game that spot. In fact, some people say picking late in the draft is better than picking at the beginning of the draft. It's really just how you stack your talent and the beats of how the draft snakes through the rounds. And no, I won't accept this. You're going to say you're not going to lead to success. That's not the right attitude. You got the attitude that you're going to make it no matter what is put in front of you. And that's a good attitude in general. That's right. Who wants LeBron? Yeah, somebody got him. Jason got him. I'm just saying, I got Cade. Very happy. There you go. And then saying, you picked Sengun as soon as I favorited him. Look at that. I snatched him. I just feel like he had such a breakout for Turkey. He's rose Turkey up the world FIBA standings, and that Sengun is really like that in some ways. So I was like, man, I'm going to get Sengun. I would normally not take such a young player with my highest pick, but it seemed like the right thing to do at that moment for myself. Isaac liked it. Yeah, the Cavs are going to start thinking we can trade RJ for LeBron now. There is some dumb stuff. Like I'm hearing casuals are overreacting to Colin Murray Boyles doing so well and saying that we can trade Scotty right now. Idiots. We want as much talent on our team. Just because one good player shows up on our team. You know what it is? It's not even Raptors fans that are saying this bullshit. It's fans of other nations. See, Colin Murray Boyles is really good draft pick. He's going to be so good. And they think, well, the Raptors are too good. They can't have Colin and Scotty. Scotty's got to get traded. So a bunch of idiots start talking about Scotty needs to be traded now. Realize this, like any of the chorus of people that are saying Scotty needs to be traded because Colin's so good, these are not Raptors fans. These are people that want us to be bad, and they see if we get too many good defensive players, we're going to get closer to Larry O'Brien and being a powerful team in this league. So our haters, our detractors are the chorus of people that are saying we can't have Colin and Scotty and saying all this shit. If they say they're Raptors fans, we're like, no, we can't do it with both. They're lying. We can do it with both. Don't do this bullshit. And if you fucking come out after Scott just because Colin Murray Boyles is playing so well and he hasn't even played in the NBA yet, we know who you are. You've just outed yourself as somebody who's not really for the Raptors, because if you are for the Raptors, You want every single good player to stay on this team as long as possible. You're not trying to trade somebody out as soon as you see a ninth pick in the draft that this year is doing really well in what he's doing. No, no, that's not a Raptors fan. So when you hear this kind of attitude, if you hear somebody start saying we need to trade Scott now because of Colin, that's not a Raptors fan. That is somebody who wants us to be bad, and they don't like that we're building and accumulating such good players. That's that shit like Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter around 2000. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's right. You really want a BI, Gerald? Well, you should have took him in your first pick. That's right. Andrew saying I wanted Josh Giddey, and he went the pick before. This is how it works. You guys can have the same kind of mentality as the person next to you in the draft, and they're going to get somebody just before you because they're ahead of you. That's just how it works. That's right. If someone takes my next guy, I expect this trade request. Well, you guys can definitely do trade requests. You can do them starting right now. You can get on the waiver wire right now. You can go check all this stuff right now. And if you want to start changing and remodeling your team a little bit because you're not totally happy with the draft, you can get on it. That's right. Fiercely saying, I see what you did, Lex, with the aspiration joke on Kawhi. Laugh out loud. Nako, why did you draft Mbozo? I do not know why. I do not know why. Adriana's saying that is because you love DeMar. That's right. We do love DeMar. Gerald's saying my strategy is starters. That's smart. You want to get as many starters on your team. That's very smart because you want players that will play. That's right. Fiercely saying YouTube. Got it. Gerald's YouTube. That is Naco the Nacho. That's right. Bryce is saying, I can't believe I overslept. It's all right. You just messed up your first pick and you got AD. You can fix that. That's not too bad. You can fix that. MK wanted Zach Levine or Zach Edey, maybe. Nids is saying, are you going to review the teams today or tomorrow? I'm not going to do them all. I won't do them today, and I'm not going to do them all in one day. It's going to be a segment for like the next week or two where you guys can come in, and whoever's first come, first serve is going to be like tomorrow. I'll do the preview for the show. And if like say Ninja, you come in and say, hey, I want my team reviewed, I'll do your team first right then. And I'll try and do all the teams within the next 2 weeks before the season starts. But you got to come in and request me to do them, and I'll mark them off as I do them, and I'll know that I already did yours. But it's kind of like I do, especially just one per show. So if you want to get your team reviewed, come in one day this week and try and get in there first in the chat, saying, "Hey, do my team for fantasy," and I'll review teams, and we'll talk about your team specifically that day. That's kind of how I did it last year. It worked really well. Fiercely saying my Canadian content. She's got RJ, Dylan, and Luke Getz. That's fantastic. That's good stuff. I'm very happy with Benedict, Zach Levine, Zach Edey, Jamal Murray, and Keyshawn George. I got 4 good Canadians on my team. Edmund saying, "Oh, I'm not on this draft." No, I'm sorry, Edmund. I think I sent you a message. If you wanted to return, you got to tell me. But I apologize, man. Whoa. The draft room just made a noise all of a sudden. I apologize for that. I know that you've been kind of helping out by just jumping in when things are okay. They're closing the room. It's doing all kinds of stuff. You've jumped in to help fill out the number, but this year we actually have like people that are coming in. I could have put you in and tried to fit 18 in, but I didn't want to scramble to try and find a second team because they have to be even amount of teams. So I apologize. I know you're very busy, race mode. I always will try and consider you to be in the league. Maybe you just got relegated this year. And you know why, all right? You know why. But if you want to do the WNBA, if you want to do the NBA in the future, I will strongly consider you. But in some ways, active managers are going to get preference. I'm sorry. Let's see. Gerald's saying if you thought I did a deal with the devil with Embiid, wait till you see what I do next. Oh my gosh, Joe, you're crazy. What are you talking about here? Fiercely said at least Horford got his wish, unlike Ace Bailey. Yeah, yep. Isaac's got me on blast. Isaac's saying Kareem disappears like Westbrook, then gets rustled. Yeah. Grade your team. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do you guys' teams tomorrow, guys. I'll definitely grade your teams tomorrow. But I don't want to do too heavy on the draft. I do want to get the regular segments on the show done in like a half an hour. So we're only 2.5 hours. Let's see. Cream saying, my team is ass, but I'll make it work. There you go. You figured it out, man. You figured it out. That was an auto pick. Yeah, you got Russell, man. I don't know how you got Russell Westbrook, but you did. Fiercely saying, I take back what I said. I'm low-key satisfied with most of my picks. I've done some research and did like Gerald's YouTube focusing on starters. There you go. That's how you do it, MJ. You do your homework and you have a game plan. You figured it out. Yeah, nobody better ask me for Star J. No, nobody's getting RJ from MJ. That's right. That's not happening. And Cream, that's what happens when you go to coffee breaks and pick auto draft. That's right. Cool Cat's saying too many folks see Raptors team as a dumping ground or a poaching system. Just ignore the unnecessary noise. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly right. Cool Cat's exactly right. And it's totally unnecessary. Anybody who's talking about how we don't want Scott on this team, what have we been doing for the last 4 years? Building a team around Scott. So Colin's just a part of building around him. It's not like Colin Murray Boyle is a franchise player all of a sudden. No, he's not. He's not. And he's going to be a great young player for us. And we'll see how he develops in time. And he's going to be fantastic because he's going to help us win. And that's what matters. That's what matters right there. Mayor's saying, yeah, if you didn't draft Zach Edey, I would have drafted great draft and stash pick. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put him on the waiver wire, and I'm gonna go get another player from the player pool very, very soon after this. Y'all better go do it now before I get there. All right, guys, WNBA finals game 2 is tonight, or today, I should say. 3 p.m. Eastern is the time of the game in Vegas. And the referees for the game today are Isaac Barnett is the crew chief, number 16. Referee Madge Forsberg, number 34. Kevin Fahey's the umpire, number 43, and the alternate is Angelica Suffren, number 7. So, yeah, let's go WNBA finals action. Fantastic playoffs so far. It should continue. We've seen Kathy respond to Nafisa and offer to have a meeting with her to talk about this, and Nafisa does not want to meet with her. She said some things that she didn't like, and Nafisa's like, no, I'm not even in contact with her anymore. Kathy's in trouble, seriously. Most of the players are not with her, and she could feel that. She may have been on autopilot thinking she's just a person in power of the WNBA, but she's getting the harsh reality of this. It's like these women want better leadership, and you're not providing it. And Caitlin Clark saying it herself is a nail in the coffin for you. So even though you're trying to right the ship, you look shaky as fuck when you did your press conference the other day. And you can be as regal and understanding and saying this and this about being the commissioner and stuff like that, but your time is almost up. I'm telling you right now, I can tell. And in some ways, this league, the WNBA, needs new leadership to grow into the next era. And Kathy's holding it back. I really, truly believe that. I really do truly believe that. Straight goods on Canadian goods, guys. Let's keep moving into it. There's only one company in Canada that is a manufacturer of cookware, and that's Meyer Canada. They produce high-quality stainless steel cookware in Prince Edward Island since 1979. And I go to their website, and I see Chef Michael Smith of the Food Network, great Canadian chef, Chef Michael Smith. You probably know who I'm talking about. And he's endorsing the Meyer cookware. Like I said, this is a Canadian company. They do have plants all around the world, though. They have plants in China, India, Italy, UK, Thailand, Taiwan, even in the States. But this is a Canadian company, and the products come back to Canada. So if you want cookware, if you're buying new pots and pans for your kitchen, go buy Meyer if you want to support Canada. That's it right there. Boom goes the dynamite. Fiercely saying, WNBA better watch out. The Unrivaled League is getting very popular. Also, the questions were definitely filtered at the press conference, not asking Kathy hard-hitting questions. Yeah, in some ways, listen, it's kind of unforeseen ever that she has no protection, no clout. And that everybody, not even the establishment of the WNBA, is trying to help her at this point. So you need to just walk away. I think that everybody's understanding that it's just not, you're not the right person at this point. And they need somebody new that can look at the new vision of what the profitability and what this league should be for fairness for the players in the WNBA. And I feel like Kathy has a big blind spot. In some ways, she's like a yes person to the corporations and the owners and not helping the players. And this is very indicative and symbolic of the early NBA struggles against the owners also. Is the WNBA starting to make money? The owners are greedy. The owners want to take a huger percentage, and Kathy is in their pocket. She is not representing the players correctly to give them their fair share, to pay them correctly. So in some ways, that's the story right there in the WNBA. Right there, what I just said. That's it. Kaz saying, very interesting this draft, trying to adjust my mindset from 9-category league to points league. I found myself considering and picking a lot of players I would otherwise have never considered. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that kind of specific when I'm orienting myself and preparing for a draft. I know that our 2-time champion, Peter Saborin, very much did a lot of analytics for the specific settings for the league and really finding out who the highest quality players are for the settings of the league. To me, I look at it this way. You could get in the weeds and really do some deep research on this, and you may do very, very well because of it. And that may be part of the secrets for Jason Dukes, MK, and Cass and their success in fantasy, and Peter before. But to me, I don't have the time. And in some ways, I'm just going to pick the best players and the players that I feel like are efficient and good players. But everybody's got different levels of how in depth they're going to do their research for fantasy NBA. And if you want to go that deep and really look at the settings and see, well, this is a certain player that does really well in this kind of category settings. Yeah, more power to you. You deserve to win if you're going to go that extra mile. That's what I'm saying. Kareem's saying high risk. I don't know why I took Zion. I don't know why you did that either. Although if you're going to take him, this is the year to take him because the man does not look like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man this year. He's come in a little bit more healthy this year. And it looks promising that he may actually be able to play an NBA season this year. So we'll have to see. James saying, who was my Raptors pick? I took Sandro Mamu. I took the big man, our backup center, Sandro Mamu, as my Raptors pick. And I really do feel like he's going to contribute in major ways for the Raptors this year. And he's going to be a regular rotation player for the Raptors. It may be a little bit of a stretch because he's not going to be a starter for sure. But I still like the promise of the variety of stats that he can collect for me at the center position. So, yeah, I took Sandro. Isaac's asking who got Yak. It was James. The load managers and James took Yaka Pirtle. That's right. MK saying I draft poorly, but I'm good at the weekly grind. I like my draft this year, though. See, that's bad news for us. Meredith is not the best drafter. He's really good at managing the team during the season. And, well, we're going to have to see how it goes. We got some real serious fantasy players in this league. And with people like Logical Raptors Fanatic and Kaz crunching numbers, look out. Look out. James is saying my 15-man roster makes it more fun, in my opinion. Yeah, in some ways, some leagues will have smaller rosters and you don't go as deep into the NBA pool. But I like to have the deep rosters like this because it separates the true knowledge of the league. If you just know the starters, I just know LeBron and Jason Tatum. You don't really know the NBA. You need to know those 8th and 9th and 10th men on benches and stuff like that to play in this league and to do well. That's right. Kaz is saying Jalen Green is someone I would never take in a category league. Yeah, but you took him in this one because if he just gets certain stats, because he's no good for field goal percentage. And that's the thing. You can draft in this league without worrying about free throw or field goal percentage because there's no percentage category in this league. It's really pure production. You're getting points, you're getting rebounds, you're getting assists, you're getting steals, you're getting blocks. Then you're my kind of player. Especially if you're like Scotty and you can get all of them and you're adding to all these categories all the time. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Isaac saying, was Chris Boucher selected? Yes. I believe that Fiercey took Chris Boucher. Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. was selected also. Cream saying, I'm really center heavy in real life and in my fantasy team. All right, you want a dunk. You got it. He's a dad. He's definitely a dad. That's a dad joke right there. I'm really center heavy in my life and on my team. That's classic Kareem right there. That's why he does what he does, y'all. Half man, half assing. That's what it is right here. Half man, half assing. Isaac Campbell, do I get a dunk for that one? Half man, half assing. He's just the dunk champion. I'm giving myself a dunk for that one. I'm sorry. Isaac will probably say, yes, you do. I'm just going to do it preemptively. I know I'm getting one since I'm already here. 93. The year Lex graduated from high school. 93. Yeah, I like that. It's really center heavy. That's hilarious, man. All right, what's the next tab? The Instagram stories. Where in the world is Serge Ibaka? Serge Ibaka, where are you, man? He's with Spicer PR again. He's with the Spicer guy. He's wearing a tuxedo with the little bow tie, looking very, very fancy. I think he's in Paris still. I think he's in France. I think that's where Serge is. He's hobnobbing. He's on the red carpet. He's dressed to impress. And he's out there with, he's on the talking to the media scrum. He's being the original man. And yeah, there's a lady in a nice gown near him, and he almost stepped into her. He's like, "Oh, hi, I'm Serge Ibaka. Hello." Yeah, it looks like I don't know what this event is. Where is Serge in his tuxedo? Looking he's wearing glasses too. He's wearing sunglasses at night. Corey Hart. That's right. There's Grady Dick showing the baseball love right now because the Raptors did a really nice video yesterday to cheer on the Blue Jays. almost every Raptor taped something encouraging the Blue Jays to win yesterday. I love seeing that. Manuel, RJ, Yak, all of them talking about go Blue Jays, go beat the Yankees ass. And Grady, in some ways, they're watching the Blue Jays and they're rooting for the Blue Jays vicariously as the Toronto Raptors. And Grady's got a baseball picture of him up at Rogers Center on his Instagram. There he is from the open practice scrimmage on Friday night wearing the gray jersey. And yeah, he's also got some football highlight. That looks like that is what school is that? I don't even know. That's college. That's college. I don't even know what school that is. Norman Powell got his first points as a Miami Heat. It's a 3-pointer in preseason. Deep three. He wasn't even close to the 3-point line where he made that one. Sandro Mamu is really happy. His friend Merab won his UFC fight last night on the big screen. The Georgian fighter, very supportive of the Raptors, and Mamu very supportive of his friend Merab. Winning. Yesterday was King Bolton's birthday, guys. We got to share the love for King Bolton. You know what? I'm going to put him on the birthday list. Honestly, we should keep King Bolton on our birthday list because, honestly, King Bolton is a part of Raptors history, being the best friend of Gary Trent Jr., and the way that he would – I met King Bolton, sat with him at a Raptors game once, and he's just a really nice guy, and he's an inspirational story. So happy birthday to King Bolton yesterday. And I'm going to put you on the birthday list because I didn't have anybody on the birthday list yesterday. And we could put Jordan Bolton on there. So, yeah, Jordan Bolton's going on October the 4th. Jordan Bolton. That's it right there. Yeah, Gary Trent really celebrating his best friend, Jordan, who, of course, he's had an injury and he's been recovering from it for many, many years. You know how we come in, brother, since the sandbox, since been one of them ones, just be great. There you go. I love that relationship between Gary and him. And there's a nice picture of Jordan when he's a little baby. Really, really cute stuff. And there's Jordan with his grandmother, I'm guessing. Very, very awesome. The Raptor down at Chinatown Barbecue yesterday. He also did the little Spider-Man meme with the dino mascot of the University of Calgary. They did that whole thing where they looked at each other like this. And the Raptor doesn't want to fight him. There's no mascot matchup between the Raptor and the Dino of University of Calgary. They're friends. They're friends. There's no, I can only be one Highlander. No, there is a room for 2 red dinosaurs in basketball in the country of Canada. And the University of Calgary, Dino, you're saved. The Raptor would kick your ass. You know he would. Jared Roden posting pictures of him in the Raptors red from the media day and what he's doing right now. Listen, Jared's got very interesting energy right now. Jared taking pictures of the sightseeing in Banff and Vancouver. They did go and look around in Vancouver and stuff. But this is what Jared Roden said. He's posted a clip from Coach Carter with Samuel L. Jackson. And it's a very serious one. It's the one where the student stands up and says, look, if I shrink and I'm not my full self, I won't be better for the world. I need to be my full self, even if that intimidates people, even if that makes people scared or they don't want me to be my full self. I need to do it so that I can prove to other people that they can do it too. And it's just a really inspiring speech from the movie Coach Carter. And it's exactly what Jared is thinking right now. Jared Roden is kind of trying to make this team from the outside. And he can't shrink himself just to make AJ happy. Not sleep at night. He has to be his full self. And I love that message from Jared Roden because in some ways, look, it's going to be very difficult for you to make the Raptors. And you might not. But I love the attitude and the message and the mentality that is expressed in that very poignant scene from the movie Coach Carter with Samuel L. Jackson. He's out on a suspension bridge looking over some Russian water in BC yesterday. Jared Roden definitely being a tourist. AJ Lawson's taking in the coastline and the city scene of BC and Vancouver yesterday. And they also did a little thing out on the court already in Vancouver. AJ Lawson rolling up for Canada basketball and hanging out with the kids on one of those really special courts that they have. It looks like David Roddy was there also with them. But yeah, and Jack Armstrong was out there too with the kids. And that was for Canada basketball, not for the Raptors. Wait, that's not David Roddy. That's not David Roddy. That's just some guy who looks like him. Alex. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's more of the scene at the Canada basketball event yesterday. Jamal McGlure is celebrating the open scrimmage and thanking Calgary for a fantastic week on training camp. RJ Barrett's left-handed jam. They're very, very cool. Let's see, what is Jamal doing? Also, he was speaking. He's been on the trip with them, and he's doing a lot of stuff around places out there with them. So let's see. Eric Smith celebrating the Blue Jays, even though he's on the West Coast with the Raptors, doing the Raptors media scrum. He kind of wishes he's back in Toronto covering the Blue Jays right now. He's locked in on it though from the West Coast, being with the Raptors. Colin Murray Boyles is putting Jacoby Walter on blast. Jacoby had some very nice, awesome pictures from Media Day posted, and everybody's putting him on blast and celebrating him on his teammates. Colin's one of them. There's Jacoby out on a boat off the coast of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And there he is from his Media Day pictures, putting him on blast. He looks really good in that Raptors red. There's a beautiful scenic picture of park benches next to the water and beautiful green trees and green grass over in Vancouver that Jacoby took. Elijah Martin's got a picture of Jacoby Walter in the Raptors red. See, this is what I'm talking about, Elijah. Start celebrating your own teammates and yourself, my guy. Seriously, you have a lot of promise. You have a lot of talent. You're a winner. And I want you to succeed with the Raptors. Don't get me wrong. It's just I want to feel like you want to be here. I want to feel like you want to be here. I'm sure you do. It's just to kind of let us know a little bit better. Chris Boucher in the Boston green. Oh my gosh, I can't get used to this. Only God can judge him, I guess. Tupac, Jonathan Mobo putting Jacoby Walter on blast. Also, everybody want to put Jacoby on blast yesterday. Jamal Shed putting Jacoby on blast. Kelly Olynyk is wearing a Spurs hat, and he's at the Spurs Victory Capital Performance Center, and they're getting him on track to be almost there for the season. So hopefully Kelly's going to be healthy to start the season. And I wish only the best for Kelly Olynyk and his new family with his new daughter and his wife. It's just fantastic stuff going on. The young family, Kelly Olynyk and the Olynyk family. That's right. Raptors official admin is showing a couple things on their screen. First of all, they got the Chinatown barbecue in full effect. And man, that looks good. The food looks really good in there. I want to go eat there. I'm almost going to go to Vancouver just to eat the Chinatown barbecue. Not even to go to the Raptors preseason game. Just because I want to eat this food and get that shirt, because that shirt does look fly. And yeah, who's hungry? Lex is hungry. Okay. Chinatown barbecue, Barnes, Barrett, and Quickly. Okay, I see what you did there, Raptors. And like I said, they lined up down the streets of Chinatown to get this Chinatown barbecue in Vancouver yesterday. Raptors fans coming in full effect to get that limited edition shirt and try that good barbecue. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's awesome. Mamu's all about it. He's putting on blast. Make sure you go tomorrow and get your Chinatown barbecue. You have a chance to win. Let's see. Obaji is showing. He's got a book that he wants y'all to check out. You can get it on Kindle. I would say get it through Amazon, but I don't support Amazon. Footprints on Concrete is the book. It's by Adiola J. And it's the story of a barefoot dreamer who refused to quit. And it's obviously about the unforgettable true story of a Nigerian boy who turned poverty into purpose. It's now available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. So check out this book. Abashi's promoting it on his Instagram. Footprints on Concrete. You want to check that out. There's RJ Barrett jamming it on his Instagram picture at the open practice, open scrimmage. Yeah, it's a beautiful dunk. That left-handed hammer is so nice when he throws it down like that. Savannah Hamilton and Ashley Docking on Cinderella Stories are giving all the recaps on the WNBA finals and playoffs. So if you want to hear really good, insightful commentary on the WNBA playoffs and what's going on with it, Cinderella Stories is a place for you with Savannah Hamilton and Ashley Docking. A fantastic podcast, fully endorsed here. That's right. There's Lindsey Dunn on the field at the Rogers Center yesterday. Game 1. Let's fucking go, Blue Jays. That's right, Lindsey. Let's go get another champagne shower. That's right. Let's go. The Toronto Tempo are at the CIBC run for the Cure this morning. And they were out there in full effect with their Tempo shirts. It looks like Teresa and the gang were all there for the most part. A lot good contingency. Oh, wait, where is Teresa? I don't see Teresa. Maybe there is a different group, but Toronto Tempo represented at the CIBC run this morning. There's your Instagram stories for today. Lots going on around the world with a lot of different things. The basketball world is still turning. That's right. This basketball world is still turning. That's right. Let's see what's going on in the chat again here. Adriana saying, boo, Boston Green. Still love Chris. That's right. We're going to love Chris forever. He's a Canadian Raptor forever, a Raptors champion forever. And, well, it's just a part of his career where he's going to go to a dark period because he plays for Boston, and it's just how it is. Let's see. James is saying, Lex, how many minutes do you see Colin Murray Boyles playing this year? All right. It depends. Like, I don't think he's going to be an every game player. I think he's going to be like Jacoby, a 2 out of 3 games player. There's going to be certain guys that are semi rotation. They're not going to be rotation every night, but they may have to sit like every third game. And I think he's going to be one of those guys. So I would expect that. And then when he does play, he's probably going to play about 15 minutes a game. Probably about 15 minutes a game to start right now. Now, if he's doing really good things, not making a lot of rookie mistakes, not getting in foul trouble, he could get longer stints out there, like 20 to 30 minutes. But I think he's going to be more like a 15 to 20 minute, maybe even a 10 to 15-minute player to start off. He has to gain trust with the coaching staff at the NBA level. And I think he'll be successful and he'll do that. But it's not always a totally smooth start. We'll just have to see how it goes for him. He's looking like he's going to be able to do it right away, though. He's looking like it. Fiercely saying, Lex, quick question. They're not playing in Vancouver, but are visiting for a special function? No, they are playing in Vancouver. They're playing the game tomorrow night in Vancouver. The Raptors are in Vancouver. They left Calgary, and they flew to Vancouver yesterday, and they're in Vancouver already, and they'll play tomorrow night against the Nuggets and Jokic in Vancouver. So, yeah, they're in Vancouver for this Chinatown barbecue along with the game tomorrow night. So, yeah. Let's see. I looked at the IG page and it mentioned some sort of Vancouver-related celebration, but I'm missing info. Yeah, the Vancouver celebration is that they're doing this thing at the Chinatown barbecue to give a free shirt, and they want fans to be there. They're also doing scavenger hunts around the city. If you live in Vancouver, the Raptors are putting jerseys around your city today, and you could probably go find a free Raptors jersey if you go to touristy spots around Vancouver today. That's what they do in Toronto on game days. They'll go down to outside of Union Station and say, first one to get here gets this Emmanuel Quickley jersey free. So Raptors fans in Vancouver, you can go get free jerseys from the team if you're in the right spot at the right time today. I'm telling you right now. That's right. All right, let's go see Raptors Reddit real quick. Raptors Reddit reactions. They're saying, hopefully we see Ulrich grace the court before the season starts. Word on the street is the hand injury isn't serious. That's what it sounds like to me, too. That's a goofy picture of him hugging Jacoby there. Yeah, and here's the thing I was talking about earlier. How do we go from CMB was a bad pick on draft night to we should trade Scotty before the first preseason game? Yeah, Reddit is more chill about it, but there are absolutely some wild takes on other social medias. My goodness. Some Raptors fans absolutely hate the concept of Scotty being an important player for the Raptors, and now suddenly Colin Murray Boyles should be the focus when he was getting slandered throughout the whole pre-draft process. No, it's ridiculous. And this is the Munir guy who's always posting on Reddit. I agree with him on this one. Sometimes you have posts that are crazy, but this one's right. And this is totally an overreaction. And once again, like I said earlier, anybody who says we can't have Colin and Scotty is not a fan of our team, and they are not looking out for us in the correct way. That's what I say right there. Some other guy did a report from open practice. It was pretty goofy. Some of it was really informative and interesting, but a lot of the stuff he was saying on here didn't make any sense too. And it's like, okay, yeah, you don't totally understand basketball correctly, guy who gave us a report from the open practice. Vegetable fail 3616. I'm sorry. Some of your report is very helpful, but some of your insight was not exactly right too. Let's just put it that way. All right, let me see. Where am I at with everything else? I'm going to get finished really soon. All right, let's do the classic card. Where is my classic card? Okay, we'll do this one. This one's kind of hard. I hope you guys are still here so you can get it, because in some ways it may be hard. This light's going to be really good, or maybe it's too bright. All right, can you tell me who this is? This is Buzz City. Give me the full name answer on the classic card. You get the classic card points. I think it's a pretty difficult card, so I'll give you 100 points for this one. If you can get this classic card, whoever is still here, if we got Slug Deezy or Smooth here, Ricky Davis, that's a good guess. This is that's too old a player for Ricky Davis. This guy's more recent, Isaac. This guy has played very recently. Mark Williams, interesting. That's not the center, Mark Williams. This guy plays guard, and he's not on the Hornets anymore. I believe the last time I seen him, he may be on the Spurs. The last time I saw him, I think Javante is not his first name. And remember, we do full name answers, but it is not that far off from his first name. You're close, but that's not his first name. And remember, we do full name answers. So I wanted the last name with it. It's not Javante Smart. He's the Javante in the league. It's not him. It is a name that's similar to Javante, but it is not Javante. So yeah, we can get this one. His last name is a kind of cracker. If that makes any sense. Devonte Graham. That's right. Slug Deezy's here. He's a king of the classic card. He knows who it is. That's Devonte Graham. That is right. He's a small guard, and he's been in a couple of teams in the last year. Whoa, that got really dark when I took the card away. It's like it was lighting the whole show. Now it's gone. It's like there's a really bright sun in my face at this point. Yeah. All right. So Slug Deezy, you're going to get 100 for the classic card of the day. Always good to see our friend Slug Deezy. Like I said, man, he's kind of become the classic card like king. You know, Smooth's not playing the classic card as much. He used to be the one, but it's now Slug Deezy. I think Slug Deezy is the classic card king at this point. 100 points for him on that one right there. Yeah, Devonte Graham. That's what you're aiming for. You were close, Javante. You're going off the top of your head. That's pretty good that you came up with that. So that's pretty good right there. All right, I'm gonna finish up, guys. I don't think there's anything else in my tabs I wanted to do. There's no birthday today. I'll say happy birthday again to Jordan Bolton right now. But yeah, there's no birthday today. All right. Thanks for coming to do the draft today. I know this is a different kind of Raptor Freak stream where it's not the normal kind of like, in some ways, people that aren't involved in the draft are like, I'm not going to watch this. It's not that I get a lot of views for this, but we'll start getting a lot of views starting tomorrow with the preview for Denver Nuggets, Toronto Raptors, Vancouver, BC, Canada series, first preseason game. I'm going to have all that stuff for you guys tomorrow. We'll do the ref report, the latest lineup news, the keys to victory, all the regular stuff we do for previews. It's gonna be fun because we're gonna finally do a preview for a Raptors game for the first time in like 5 months. So I love that. I love that so much, man. Yeah, W Stream, W Community. I appreciate your support, Kaz. And I appreciate your enthusiasm, man. And Cool Cat saying, yeah, great draft session. Got in last night. Awesome. W Stream fam, thank you for your seat. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great Sunday. Let's go Blue Jays. Get the second game against the Yankees at 4 o'clock today. I know you guys will. You guys are badasses. You get that game. The dome was open. It was so beautiful. Only the second time in the history of the Blue Jays that the Sky Dome was open for a postseason game. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that score was beautiful too. So, yeah, it feels real good to win the postseason in the MLB in Toronto again. And we want to do it again today. And we have that opportunity later. Let's go that. W, Russell Westbrook, and Kareem Thomas. That's right. Let's go. W, Kareem, and Russell. That's right. Let's go. WNBA game 2 today as well. That's right. The finals game at 3 p.m. also for the Aces and the Mercury. So check that out also. All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Man, we got one more sleep, and then we get to watch the Raptors play tomorrow night. Woo-wee! Yes, I'm excited and enthusiastic. Now I got to go do some waiver wire research for my Raptor Freak All-Stars. That's right. Yeah, fiercely. No problem. No problem clarifying. Yeah, they're going to play in Vancouver. They're going to play Denver tomorrow. Let's go Raptors. Let's go WNBA. Let's go Toronto Tempo. Let's go Team Canada. Let's go Blue Jays. That's right. Let's get this win today. Beat the Yankees. I'll be very, very happy if you do. That's right. Let's go Blue Jays.